begins with a single step. The secret of getting ahead is getting started. I extend my heartfelt greetings and a warm welcome to all the respected dignitaries, special invitees, HODs of various departments, my dear colleagues, and our stars of the day, the bright and eager new batch of students and also their proud parents gathered here as we embark on this morning for the orientation program. Myself, Pratiksha Rayan, Assistant Professor, Department of ECE, is deeply privileged to stand before you as the host for this remarkable event. Education is a journey, and today marks the new beginning of an exciting chapter for these young minds. It is a day filled with hope, promise, and endless opportunities. Today, we are delighted to see the 8th batch of students whose fresh faces brimming with enthusiasm and aspiration to build and nourish their dreams into reality of becoming a successful engineer. I take this moment as a privilege to congratulate each and every one of you for the right decision of choosing AJ Institute of Engineering and Technology for pursuing your professional course and thereby opening a new beginning for your bright future. Today, we all have gathered to welcome our fresh budding engineering students and to commence with our new academic year 2023-24. We are indeed fortunate enough to have this event graced by our Honorable Vice President, Lakshmi Memorial Education Trust, Mr. Prashant Shetty Sir, our respected Principal, Dr. Shantaram Raisi, our first year coordinator, Dr. Kishore Shetty M, for the orientation program. Now I request our first year coordinator, Dr. M. Kishore Shetty, to escort the dignitaries to the dais. Thank you, sir. Prayer is the most important conversation of the day. God, our Creator, has stored within our minds and personalities great potential strength and ability. Prayer helps us to tap and develop these powers. It is an undying tradition to invoke the blessings of Almighty as we begin with any event. I request you all to raise as a devotion for the prayer led by Ms. Nidhi J.M. and Ms. Kanvika R.
पाशांकुशधरा मोदकहस्तने सिद्धिविनायक स्वामी बा आदिंदली निन्न आदिपूजितನೆಂದು ಅಮರರೆಲ್ಲರೂ ಪೂಜಿಸುತ್ತಿಹರು ಆದಿಯಿಂದಲೇ ನಿನ್ನ ಆದಿಪೂಜಿತನೆಂದು ಅಮರರೆಲ್ಲರೂ ಪೂಜಿಸುತ್ತಿಹರು ವಿಘ್ನ ವಿನಾಶಕನೇ ಸಿದ್ಧಿಗಣನಾಥನೇ ವಿಘ್ನ ವಿನಾಶಕನೇ ಸಿದ್ಧಿಗಣನಾಥನೇ ಷಣ್ಮುಖ ಸೋದರನೇ ಗಜವದನನೇ ಬಾರೋ ಷಣ್ಮುಖ ಸೋದರನೇ ಗಜವದನನೇ ಬಾರೋ ಸಿದ್ಧಿವಿನಾಯಕ ಸ್ವಾಮಿ ಬಾ ನಮಿಪೆನು ನಿನ್ನನು ಭಕ್ತ ಮಂದಾರನೇ ಸಿದ್ಧಿವಿನಾಯಕ ಸ್ವಾಮಿ ಬಾ.
Thank you, Ms. Nidhi and Ms. Kanvika, for invoking the devotion in us with your melodious voice. I I take this privilege to call upon Dr. Shobita Shetty, Head, Department of Chemistry, to give a warm welcome to the gathering.
Esteemed dignitaries on the dais, heads of all the departments, dear staff members, and our respected parents and dear students, a very good morning to all, and warm greetings on behalf of AJ Institute of Engineering and Technology, Mangaluru. Today, we have gathered here to welcome our first year B students and commence with our new academic year. I, Dr. Shobita Shetty, take this privilege to stand before you to welcome you all on this day. First and foremost, I would like to mention the name of our President, Lakshmi Memorial Education Trust, Dr. AJ Shetty sir, for all his effort and support to grow this institute to this level. I consider it as my special privilege to welcome the Vice President of Lakshmi Memorial Education Trust, Mr. Prashant Shetty, to this program. Thank you, sir, for joining us. And I request our respected Principal, Dr. Shantaram Raisi, to florally welcome, sir. Thank you, sir. I also welcome our beloved Principal, Dr. Shantaram Raisi, to this program. And I request Dr. Kishore Shetty, first year coordinator, to florally welcome our Principal. Thank you, sir. And I also extend my warm welcome to Dr. Kishore Shetty, first year coordinator. And I request Dr. Ritin Kumar from the Department of Physics to florally welcome Dr. Kishore Shetty. I extend my warm welcome to all the heads of the department, all the teaching and non-teaching staff members, administrative officers, and also I extend a special and delightful welcome to our respected parents and dear students for joining with us. I welcome the press, media and electronic persons here, and once again I extend a hearty welcome to each and everyone present here. Thank you.
A gracious welcome to you too, madam. Om Asato Ma Sadgamaya, Tamaso Ma Jyotirgamaya, Mrityur Ma Amritangamaya. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Light is a pretty universal symbol of truth, knowledge and understanding. It acts as a guide keeping us away from stumbling in the dark. I request the dignitaries on the dais to come forward for this auspicious tradition of lighting of lamp. I also request any two first-year students to join the dignitaries for lighting of the lamp. I kindly request everyone to rise. Request our respected principal, Dr. Shantaram Raisi, to address the gathering along with the insights of a college.
Very good morning to all. Respected President of today's function, Mr. Prashant Shetty, Vice President of the Lakshmi Education Trust, Dr. Kishore Shetty, Coordinator of the first year, Respected Head of Department, faculty friends, staff members, and my dearest students and the parents of the budding engineers. With the great respect of our beloved President, A.J. Shetty, I am standing here. Today our beloved President is supposed to be here. Because of preoccupied program on emergency, he is not able to attend. Anyways, convey regards to the new budding engineers. Once again, good morning to all. It's my great pleasure to welcome you all to AJ Institute of Engineering and Technology, Mangalore. I'm delighted to see you here this morning. A special welcome those who are on campus first time. To you parents, I look forward getting to know exponential young people you have rise and helping provide rich array of opportunity for them to learn, to grow, to discover, and to helping to provide in all-round development of your children. To the students of the batch 23-24, welcome you all. I'm here to say a few introductory words about AJ-IT, which you are going through next academic 4 years. As AJ-IT is one of the leading institution of the Mangalore, which is started in the year 2016 and presently running with the 8 UG branches, namely civil engineering, computer science engineering, with the support of the artificial and machine learning, artificial and data science, IoT and cyber security, information science engineering, mechanical engineering, civil engineering. AJ Institute of Engineering and Technology established in the year 2016, promoted by the Lakshmi Memorial Education Trust, which was registered in the year 1991 in the memory of the late Lakshmi Shetty, who is the mother of our beloved President Dr. A.J. Shetty, who is the managing director of the trust, along with the vice president of the trust, Mr. Prashant Shetty. The vision of the institution to produce top quality engineers who are groomed to attain excellence in professionals and competitive enough help in the growth of nation as well as the global society. Along the vision of the institution is set up with the 4 missions, basically to produce high quality graduates and support for the research and excel in their research, and also support for the industry institute partnership and interact with the industries, also to implement the entrepreneurial attitude among themselves. We therefore commit ourselves to produce such a quality engineers who can take up these challenges on the day also in the future. AJ is incredibly talented faculty, will be your guides and allies with your expectations. They are your greatest resources. The scholars here, leaders in their field, are applying their research experience through and give the knowledge to the students. As already mentioned, that AJ-IT is with the vision producing top quality engineers by giving all-round training supported by the sports, cultural, technical, etc. The outcome of that, the 7-year-old AJ-IT become the leading engineering institution in the Karnataka and identified as the extension center of the VTU for the Mangalore region. Almost all the eligible students are placed in the reputed companies like Red Hat, TCS, Infosys, IBM, Wipro, Robosoft, Capgemini, etc. Also, incredible achievement of the AJ-IT in the 6th year of inception itself. All the programs of the AJ-IT accredited by the National Board of Accreditation, shortly called as NBA. It is the history in the state Mangalore as well as the India itself. Our institution is recognized one among the best 10 educational institutions for the decade 2010-20 by the Knowledge Review magazine in the annual listing of the year 2020. Also, our institution felicitated by the AICT, one among the 150 colleges by properly implementing the feedback system. The institution is having a separate innovation startup and consultation cell and different students clubs such as Automotive Club, Aero Club, Radio Club, IoT Club, etc. along with the professional societies to support for the students like IST, IEEE, CSI, etc. As an outcome of this, every first batch of our students from civil engineering secured 2nd rank in VTU and obtained 100% result in all the branches. The overall development of students, our institution has MOU with different organizations like Microsoft, GTDC, KGDT, etc. The institution also encouraging students participate in inter-college sports, technical, cultural events. As a result, some of our students are selected represent university for the various events. Also, by the support of the faculty members, our students are won more than 5 university level champions and more than 25 overall champions as well individual champions in the technical competition and more than 50 cultural as well literary competitions. Also, our students are supporting by technical activities. More than 50 students are research students are presented by our students. Also, more than 50 funds are obtained for different projects which are developed by our students. And more than 10 products are developed by our students by the guide of the able faculty members. We are encouraging to make extra knowledge also. By that, we are encouraging to make separate certification course also. Already more than 100 students are done different certificate by through the MOOC course, NPTEL, etc. Also, we are supporting as our mission for become the entrepreneur also. Already few students are become the entrepreneur by the support of their faculty members as well as the management. The implementation part of the personal development AJIT is providing technical as a cultural platform. For that, every year we used to conduct state level techno-cultural fest, namely ACAR, which is started in the year 2017. Finally, the AJIT supports, motivates research and industry interaction to both students and faculty. AJIT provides hostels with modern facility within the campus. It provides transportation facility for the students and the faculty within and outside the city of the Mangalore. AJIT faculty has experience help the graduate become well all-round, confident, skilled professional, thus making the positive impact on their workspace and community. As the outcome of that one, our students are able to achieve the most of the technical as well as the cultural event in the front runners along with the placement activities also. As our AJIT is providing basically the outcome-based education, basically the parents are looking with their vision that our son or daughter has to become the good profession in future. They should lead their life independently. AJIT is supporting for that and by the support of the proper training system for their professionals also. In the outcome of that one, almost all the students who are able to place in the reputed companies and every year used to conduct a training for that one. The detail of the training will be explained by the placement after this section. With these few words, once again I congratulate all my dear budding engineers to obtaining seat in the AJIT, your dream of your parents or maybe your dream. With these few words, once again wish you all the best. Let it be the next coming, the 4 years be a fruitful one AJIT, and after 4 years, you may be the leaders in your field and you may be the professionals in your field. Once again, wish you all the best. Thanks for the parents joining us for this today morning. Thank you all.
Thank you, sir. I take this privilege of inviting our Honorable Vice President, Mr. Prashant Shetty, sir, to grace the gathering with his valuable words.
Principal Dr. Shantaram Rai, First Year Coordinator Dr. Kishore Shetty, Heads of all departments, parents and students, good morning. On behalf of the management, I would like to extend my warm welcome to all gathered here and our students who have joined our institution. I would like to thank the parents who have enrolled their children in our institution. Our vision and aim as management is to ensure state-of-the-art facilities for the growth and professional development of our students. We have provided the most modern infrastructure and the latest equipment, as it is our desire to see our students get hands-on experience and be industry ready by end of their engineering program. On the basis of this merit, it is our pride that the institution has been chosen for VTU Regional and Evaluation Center by the VTU. We have been also accredited with NBA for all 5 engineering programs. Beside our engineering college, we run other institutions: medical, dental, nursing, physiotherapy, hotel management, MBA, allied health science, speech and hearing, hospital management, and we have a super specialty AJ hospital and research center, AJ Cancer Institute with all modern facility and equipment. We receive patients for treatment from all over India and also abroad. Over a span of 8 years, our students have excelled in various fields. Academically, our students from civil department have secured second rank in the university exam in the year 2020. Our students also represent VTO team in sports state level. We assure you that we shall equip our students with best possible training and exposure under the guidance of experienced professors so that you can shape up your career and growth for a challenging life that waits ahead. In future also, on behalf of the management, I assure you that if need arises, we shall continue to expand furthermore to see the progress and bring out professionals out of the students who have enrolled under AJIT. I am sure that you will feel proud on being associated with us and make us equally proud with your academic excellence. Wishing our students a successful journey during the course of study year, and the support will always be there for any assistance required. All the best.
Thank you for those valuable words, sir. Now we have come to the end of inaugural program. May I now call upon Dr. Sadanand Kumar, Head Department of Physics, to deliver the vote of thanks.
Good morning, everybody. It's a great honor and privilege to propose vote of thanks on behalf of AJIET. On this occasion, I would like to thank Dr. A.J. Shetty sir, the President of Lakshmi Memorial Education Trust, for his unwavering support and organizing this program. Thank you, sir. I express my sincere and deepest gratitude to Mr. Prashant Shetty sir, the Vice President of Lakshmi Memorial Education Trust, for his kind support and guidance in organizing this program. Thank you, sir. My greatest gratitude goes to all the directors of Lakshmi Memorial Education Trust for their support and encouragement in organizing this event. Thank you. My sincere thanks to our beloved principal, Dr. Shantaram Rai C, who has been our guiding light and a source of inspiration to all of us. Thank you, sir. My sense of gratitude goes to Dr. Kishore M. Shetty, first year coordinator, AJIT, your tremendous effort for the smooth conduction of this program. Thank you, sir. My heartfelt thanks to the heads of various departments, teaching and non-teaching staff members for their valuable contribution, guidance and encouragement in all our efforts. I thank all the budding engineers and parents for their active participation in this program. I also thank all the student volunteers who have supported us in conducting the program. I would like to thank the members of press and media for the entire coverage of the event. Thank you. Once again, I thank very much to all who assembled here. Thank you all.
Thank you, sir. A kind request to the gathering. We have sessions to be followed for the orientation program. Thank you all the dignitaries who have graced this occasion with their presence. Now, I take this moment to request our first year coordinator, Dr. Kishore Shetty M, to render the academic rules and regulations of our college.
Elrigu Namaskara. Good morning, all of you. Myself, Dr. Kishore Shetty, first year coordinator, AJ Institute of Engineering and Technology, Mangalore. So on behalf of all the faculty members and AJ Institute of Engineering and Technology, I welcome you all once again for about 15 to 20 minutes. I'll just show you some of the rules and regulations in the form of PowerPoint presentations. Of course, I cannot explain all the details in 15 minutes, but as the parents are there here, so some of the things you may get it so that it is useful for the overall development of your son or daughter. Once again, I congratulate all the students for choosing AJ Institute of Engineering and Technology for engineering career. So as you all know, after completing +2 or PUC, you have opted engineering in AJ Institute of Engineering and Technology, Mangalore. Some of you may be visiting or here in Mangalore for the first time. Some may be localites nearby Mangalore. Some may be from Gadinadu or maybe from Kerala or maybe from different parts of Karnataka. There are different languages, different cultures, so joining together in the form of a student group. So this time we have more than 500 plus students in first year in AJ Institute of Engineering and Technology. It may be computer science related branch, electronics, or civil engineering, mechanical. So whatever may be the branches you have chosen, so we are today orienting ourselves and knowing each other. So orientation program, for that parents have come. Each one of you have the greatest anticipation, expectations from the institution, from the teachers. Some may be going to be admitted for the hostels, maybe for the first time, or many of you might be experiencing a different, total, altogether new experience as far as student life is concerned. As we all know, each day is a fresh experience to our life. Now this is once again a great experience for all the students in their life. Once again, welcome to AJIET. So already in the orientation program, you might have heard the details about the trust, Lakshmi Memorial Education Trust, established in the year 1991. President Sri Dr. AJ Shetty and Vice President of LMET Sri Prashant Shetty, and our AJ Institute of Engineering Technology under the trust started in the year 2016. Now today we have the 8th batch of students along with their parents attending the orientation program. This is the 8th orientation day for all of us. So 8th batch from the year 2023 for another 4 years we'll be enjoying studies in AJIET. So there are 14 institutions run by the trust. So the AJ Institute of Engineering Technology started in the year 2016. as our Vice President rightly mentioned in his speech. So we have all sort of educational institutions, medical, paramedical, nursing and engineering all together. So it is a great environment. Lakshmi Memorial Education Trust having different educational institutions. Now here, you are here in AJ Institute of Engineering Technology. So towards, you might have seen from Mangalore while coming, so many might have dropped in KSRTC or railway station and you have come here. And this road once of course extends towards Udupi highway. So this is the Udupi highway and it's very near to all the basic amenities. AJ Institute of Engineering Technology is affiliated to Vishweshwaraya Technological University, Belgaum, VTU. So the curriculum as per Vishweshwaraya Technological University, approved by AICTE and Government of Karnataka. So we have started in the year 2016 and now we are in 2023. So we have achieved a lot as far as the educational aspects in terms of goal. So we have nourished ourselves a lot along with our students and so we are going forward. So this is the vision to produce a top quality engineers basically, and we have the mission to give a high quality graduates to the society and to excel in research, to relate with the industry, entrepreneurship, attitude. These are the missions. So this year we have civil engineering, electronics, computer science. Under computer science we have artificial intelligence and machine learning. B, computer science and engineering, IoT, cyber security including blockchain technology, artificial intelligence and data science, information science and engineering, and mechanical engineering. So we in AJIET aim for academic excellence. It's very important. In one's life, academically we must be very strong. Of course, nowadays it is not that great difficulty to achieve academic excellence. There are many resources available in the internet. Online books are available, reference materials available, thousands, millions of videos, lectures, everything is available. Everything is available in the form of websites, curriculum, etc. All these things, now it's open. Munchella, we may have to refer books, refer ಮಾಡಿ ನೋಡಬೇಕಿತ್ತು, but it is not like that. Everything is open. So anybody can learn anything from the open source provided he has interest. So academic achievement, academic excellence. So along with the academic excellence, what is important to become a great engineer or a great citizen of our society or great citizen for our Bharat? What is required? Creativity, health, nutrition, exposure, leadership qualities, research abilities, values and ethics. So we in AJIET mold the students to give our best in all the aspects to achieve academic excellence. Along with the academic excellence, we try to cope up all these things. Nourishment, health, nutrition, related to that, what is required? All the modern facilities are given by the management. What sort of exposure is required for the students to excel? Everything, all the facilities. So management is providing everything. So we teachers try to transform all these things. So we try to have a better transformations from the students. Now let me just brief the rules. The course, Bachelor of Engineering, 4 academic years, divided into 8 semesters. Each semester comprising of around 16 weeks. Examination will be conducted at the end of the semester. It is choice-based credit system. Now it is in brief, as per the curriculum, what is there. So humanities and social science, including management courses. So it is just like a credits. So total percentage in your, it's a 10. So basic science courses, 22 credits. Engineering science courses, 24. Professional core, professional elective courses, open subjects, electives, project work, then mandatory courses. See, these mandatory courses, non-credit, includes the induction program. So we are going to have the induction program for the students. For this batch, we are going to have it from day after tomorrow. So tomorrow is off for all the students here. So tomorrow we have once again one more orientation program. So tomorrow, those who are admitted for the hostel, you can relax in the hostel. Day scholar need not have to come tomorrow. You have to come day after tomorrow. You have to report day after tomorrow at sharp 8:50 a.m. So mandatory courses, though it has no credit, it's mandatory for the announcement of results, or else you will not get the certificate. If you do not have the enough attendance, okay, the cross criteria, if you do not fulfill, it's mandatory course. So induction program is there. Then industrial visit is there. Then along with this, there is 100-point activity point as per AACT. It is also mandatory. As a human being, our social involvement. ನಮಗೆ ನಾವು ಜಸ್ಟಿಸ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟರೆ ಸಾಕಾಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ, ಸೊಸೈಟಿಗೆ ಕೂಡ ನಾವು ಜಸ್ಟಿಸ್ ಕೊಡಬೇಕು. ನಾವು ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಸೊಸೈಟಿಗೆ ಜಸ್ಟಿಸ್ ಕೊಡ್ತೇವೆ, ನಮ್ಮದು ಇನ್ವಾಲ್ವ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಎಷ್ಟಿದೆ, ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಅವರ್ ಇನ್ವಾಲ್ವ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಸೋಷಿಯಲ್ ಆಕ್ಟಿವಿಟೀಸ್, that is also counted at the end of your engineering. There must be 100 points for activity, ACT activity point 100. So social involvement, socio-ecological concern, how much concern you have on the environment, the energy of conservation and all the aspects, put together 100 points. Now this is semester wise allocation of credits. In first year you have 40 credits, second year 40, so 160 credits total in the form of lecture. Details are there. So first semester, second semester, 20 credits. Now this is in brief. So some may not be able to understand right now everything, but I'm just giving just small detail about the evaluation, marks, distribution, everything. Now here in first year engineering, if I say, later on you will understand yourself, there are integrated and non-integrated courses. Integrated courses in the sense there is theory and practical component together. In non-integrated you do not have the practical component. For example, if you consider the subject chemistry, it is integrated, so there is theory concept as well as practical component. Theory as well as practical component. So theory component, it has IA test, we call it as internal assessment test. Then we call it as CIE. So here CIE other assessments, continuous assessments, 10 marks. So total it is 25 marks. So minimum marks is mentioned, okay, 6 plus 10, 10 marks out of 25, everything. Then total theory you can read 25. So 25 marks out of 100 is for theory component in integrated course. That means theory plus lab together. Then CIE practical component, same thing, 15, then 10, 25. So 25 plus 25, total 50 marks. So 50 marks you will achieve or you'll gather during your regular college activities. 50 marks out of 100. It is unlike earlier. Now 50 marks is there already with you when you involve in your course properly or effectively with all the sociological activities and everything. You will get 50 marks by writing the regular test, assignments, attending the classes, doing your laboratory, and showing, the social justice. So 50 marks. So semester end examination, it is given 50 marks. At the end of the semester, you will be writing the examination. Okay? At the end of the semester, you will write examination. It is 50 marks total. They may conduct for 100, then they reduce to 50. So 50 external marks, 50 internal marks, put together it is 100 marks. So 50 marks already there, that you can be easily get it. So total 100 marks. So pass marks is 40%. So there are other courses, they are called non-integrated courses. There is no practical component. If there is no practical component, then the internal is 25, okay, then assessment is 25, test 25, assessment 25, 50. So total SEE 50, total 100. IA test, regular test, then continuous assessments, maybe attendance, how you are attending the classes, how you are submitting the assignments in time or not, whether you are regular, how you are showing your attitude or improvement in college and all these aspects. It may be 3 credits, 2 credits or 1 credit, it is the same. So there are 4 credit courses, 3 credit courses, 2 credits and 1 credit, along with that some compulsory courses. Now just for your reference, assessment, continuous assessment, internal test put together 25 plus 25, 50 marks, semester and examination 50, total 100 marks. There are maximum and minimum continuous internal evaluation marks. Okay, one must score 40% in the external, so in order to get through. So semester end examination and CIE both in 40% is required, here 35% in the external. So eligibility of passing the course, CIE and SCE all together, internal and external, put together one must have 40% marks. 40% marks. Students getting F grades, okay, first year 2 semesters, okay. If it is courses totaling 16 credits for theory and practical are to be treated separately for vertical progression. In the first and second semester of the first year of the program, shall not be eligible to move to the third semester. If you are retaining more than 16 credits, then you are not able to move forward. Now this is how the grade is calculated. Okay, we have O grade, A plus, A, B plus, B, C, P and F. Outstanding 10, that is if you score 90 to 100% marks, 80 to 89, 9, 70 to 79, 8. If it is 50 to 54, it is 5 average, C grade, like that. Now coming to the attendance, the very important criteria as per Vishweshwara Technological University, VTU, 85% is very much required. Sometimes students may fall sick and there are some issues. So that 10% maybe condonation is there, it must be approved by the VTU. Otherwise, 85% is mandatory. Okay. So we in HIET regularly monitor the attendance. We send the absentees, okay, for particular class, we'll send through the SMS through our portal. So any shortage of attendance, even in one subject, makes the student difficult to move to the next semester. A shortage of attendance. We do conduct tutorial classes for the students, those who are competitive. Some of the students are competitive, therefore we do conduct tutorial classes, remedial classes. We have the student monitoring system, advisors. We do have a faculty members as a academic and non-academic altogether. So we counsel the students. So we monitor it by guiding it, by counseling it. We may contact the parents. We may continuously, talk to the students. So 10 to 12 students are monitored by one teaching staff. So as we implement the process, students will come to know. So all the parent support also very much required. So once in 15 days or regularly you need to contact the teachers, what is happening, how my daughter or son is studying, what is happening. So you must be able to, get it, all the information from that counselor. To support the students to facilitate learning and develop good relationship. So as a human being, we need to connect each other. We need to improve our human connections. So nowadays, because of the use of cell phone, even if the person is standing in front of me, I don't talk. I may call him or text him later when we are apart through the cell phone. So that is the magic of cell phone. So it made a lot of a revolution as far as the human relationship is concerned. So what sort of revolution? That is the question mark. Conduct a meeting to identify the address of and their issues, relationship with parents, organizing meetings with them, special coaching if it is required, then any grievances from the students must be addressed. For that we have the students monitoring system. So discipline is very important part in student life. So without discipline, one cannot achieve better. Discipline in communication, discipline in showing the attitude, discipline of course while eating, while in the class, discipline when we are presenting ourselves to the society, the best way to say. How we express and showcase ourselves to the society. Outside my, body, so everything is social, it belongs to the society. It is not belongs to me. It belongs to everyone. So how do I expose myself outside? So one who is disciplined will always achieve better. Harming the institutional properties, not following the proper dress code, not wearing the ID cards, disciplined hairstyle is very much required. See, sometimes, for example, if I just have a lot of hairs and if it is coming like this, each time I may have to divert it, and it makes, a lot of discomfort for the others when we seeing me each time if I just do that, even in the classroom, even if while delivering the lecture. Same in terms of, dress code. If somebody comes in, bathroom chapel with the sound like this, possible. We have seen many students. Nowadays students come with, the latest best brand frocks. So it may be very comfortable, but it is not the disciplined way of, showcasing ourselves to the society. Of course, it may be there at home or when you are going to the market and everything, fine. So when we are attending the classes, when we are showcasing ourselves to the society, then we should have a disciplined manner way of expressing and showcasing ourselves. It's very important. Why? Because external appearance matters. ನಾವು ಹೇಗೆ ಕಾಣ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇವೆ ಹೊರಗಿನವರಿಗೆ ತುಂಬ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಅದು. ಸೊ ವೇರಿಂಗ್ formal or shoes, okay. Dress codes. So all of you know it, like even the parents know it, what is the proper dress code. If it is ethnic day, fine, we can come in ethnic dress. If there is celebration, of course we can all celebrate together, possible. But during regular college class hours, it's very important to have these things. So sometimes we do suggest the students, you please have a proper haircut before coming to the class. We counsel, and sometimes we do call to the parents. So this is not proper, at least when he comes after break, let him follow this. Why? Because whatever the discipline that we learn, that we imbibe, it makes us more and more confident to face the society. After all, we are into the society. We are the society. We cannot live alone. We cannot achieve alone. Single identity cannot, approve or and reach, or it's not possible. So we have to be together. So when we are in the system, institution, the word institution. So you're all students, institution. Therefore, certain rules, regulations you have to follow, because this will make you better and better as we move toward the second year or third year or fourth year, or even after completing BE, when you go to a place, oh, where you are from, which place you are from, which college you are studying. If the college gives you the best discipline as far as presenting yourself, inside discipline, it all depends. See, we need not have to be extraordinary in subject. We need not be extraordinary in singing and dancing, not required. But we have to be simple and humble enough, and we have to present ourselves in a very beautiful way. That's all the requirement. If we can present ourselves in a simple, beautiful way, then the people, the society will accept with no doubt. You will be happy always. So attending the classes regularly, our classes, morning classes starts at 9 to 1 morning session with 15 minutes break in between. Then afternoon classes usually from 2 to 5. There are also in between 10 minutes break. Then Saturdays, maybe half day or alternative Saturdays, or first and second, third Saturdays, like that. So all this information they will give you. But there are classes on Saturdays as well as activities also. So you have to be there in the class minimum 5 minutes before. It's very important. So if there are some issues like, during raining season, so I got delayed because of the block, so bus late, that happened. All those things, we have the excuse. Why? Because as we are all human beings, many things happens. Sometimes we fall sick. We may have to absent for the class. We may have to skip the internals IA. We may have to skip sometimes the examination. All these things happens. Why? Because as we are all human beings, there are many difficulties here and there. We cannot prove ourselves 100% always. It's not possible at all. But we have to be simple, humble and sincere. That is very important. Sir, I missed the college bus. That word, that answer must be the sincere one coming from your heart. It should not be a lie. So that is very important. So coming to the dress codes, we do have the dress code for the students. So all much details we'll give you. So during the IA test, semester exam and everything, the dress code is compulsory. Okay, or else students can wear casuals on Saturdays. So we do have the college bus facility. So we have college buses from different places. Evening it will leave from 5:10 p.m. Day scholars can make use of that. And we expect active participation of students in all, extracurricular, co-curricular, cultural, fine and activities, and including games. So just this is the bus timings that we are going to display at the end of the session, even in the seminar hall. After the break we will display it. So we have route numbers, different route numbers. One is from that Kasaragod Mangalore Highway Talapadi, then to AJIT and vice versa. Then from Bantwal Melkar BC Road to AJIT, then from Udupi to AJIT. So these are the buses and bus timings. So later on we'll display and we'll give all the details. So mobile phone is we cannot say it is the greatest friend for all of us. ಅನೇಕ ವಿಷಯಗಳಿರುತ್ತೆ, ಗ್ಯಾಜೆಟ್ಸ್ಗಳಿರುತ್ತೆ, ವಸ್ತುಗಳಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಕೆಲವೊಂದು ಸಲ ಆಸ್ ಎ ಹ್ಯೂಮನ್ ಬೀಯಿಂಗ್ ವಿಲ್ ಫರ್ಗೆಟ್ ಹೌ ಟು ಯುಟಿಲೈಸ್ ಇಟ್. ಮೊಬೈಲ್ ಇರೋದು ಯುಟಿಲೈಸ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ತಪ್ಪಲ್ಲ. ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ರಾಂಗ್. ಎನಿ ಗ್ರೇಟ್ ಇನ್ನೋವೇಷನ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಆಫ್ ಸೈನ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಟೆಕ್ನಾಲಜಿ, ವಾಟ್ ಎವರ್ ಇಟ್ ಕಮ್ಸ್, ಆಫ್ ಕೋರ್ಸ್ we have to utilize it. ಅದು ಏನು, how it is used, what is the, how to, everything of course, ಆ ಜ್ಞಾನ ಬೇಕು, that is very much required. But more than that, how to utilize it, so that is called right utilization. ನನ್ನ ಹತ್ರ ಒಂದು ಪೆನ್ ಇದ್ದರೆ ಯಾವ ಥರ ಅದನ್ನು ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ನಮ್ಗೆ ಅದು ಗೊತ್ತಿರಬೇಕು. ದ ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟ್ ಜನರೇಷನ್ಸ್, ಈವನ್ ಓಲ್ಡರ್ ಪೀಪಲ್ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಕೂಡ ಮರೆತೇ ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅದರಲ್ಲೂ ಕೂಡ ಡಿಸಿಪ್ಲಿನ್ ಬೇಕು. ವಿ ರಿಕ್ವೈರ್ ಡಿಸಿಪ್ಲಿನ್. ಈಗ ಒಂದು ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇರುವಾಗ ಅಥವಾ ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇರುವಾಗ ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಸ್ವಿಚ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಸೆಲ್ ಫೋನ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಕೀಪ್ ಇಟ್ ಇನ್ ಸೈಡ್. ಸೊ ಇನ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ರೂಮ್ ಐ ಕ್ಯಾನಾಟ್ ಓಪನ್ ಮೈ ಸೆಲ್ ಫೋನ್ ಟು ಸಿ ದ ಟೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಮೆಸೇಜಸ್ ಟು ಸೆಂಡ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಆಲ್ ದೋಸ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್. ಅದು ಅಪರಾಧ ಅಂತ ನಮ್ಮ ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಕ್ರೈಮಲ್ಲಿ ಈಗ ಸದ್ಯಕ್ಕೆ. ಬಟ್ ಆಸ್ ಪರ್ ದ ಡಿಸಿಪ್ಲಿನ್ ಆಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟ್ಸ್. ಬಟ್ ವಿಟ್ ಯೂಸೇಸ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಬಿಡಬೇಡಿ ಮೊಬೈಲನ್ನು. Students, community, even faculties, in the open places. When so we are in the institution, ಜ್ಞಾನಾರ್ಜನೆಗೆ ಬಂದವರು. So we are all get educated. We are in the educational institution. ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಜ್ಞಾನ ಬೇಕು. So we have to utilize. So right utilization. ಹೇಗೆ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಎಲ್ರಿಗೂ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ, ಅದರಂತೆ ನಡಿಬೇಕು. We may provide the lockers. So these are all the facilities we have. You can just we have very good infrastructure that I need not have to explain. You have seen it, and when you are free you can just go around. You can see, and you can see all these beautiful facilities in our institute. We have a beautiful library. You can witness number of books, all that. So 8 to 5:30 p.m., 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. there is a running time during vacation. So these are all the facilities that is required. I told you the academic excellence. Along with that, health, fitness, and cultural, sports, co-curricular activities. That participation is very important for the overall development of the students. ಒಬ್ಬ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿ ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ಆಗಬೇಕಿದ್ರೆ 90%, 95% ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್ ಮಾತ್ರ ಸಿಕ್ಕಿದ್ರೆ ಈಗಿನ ಪ್ರಸ್ತುತ ಟೈಮಲ್ಲಿ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್. ಅದು ವರ್ಕ್ ಆಗಲ್ಲ. ಮೇ ಬಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಟೈಮಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲ ವರ್ಕ್ ಆಗ್ತಿತ್ತು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ, ಬಟ್ ಇವಾಗ ಅದು ವರ್ಕ್ ಆಗಲ್ಲ. ಹ್ಯಾವಿಂಗ್ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್, ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ತಗೊಳ್ತಾರೆ ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್. CBSE 10th ಕೇಳಿ, +2 ಕೇಳಿ, ಡಿಗ್ರಿ ಕೇಳಿ, ಎಲ್ಲರೂ 90%, 95%. ಆಯ್ತಪ್ಪ, ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್ ತಗೊಂಡಿದೆಯಲ್ಲ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬಾ ಒಂದು 5 ನಿಮಿಷ ಮಾತಾಡು ಈ ಟಾಪಿಕ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ. ನೋ ನೋ ನೋ, ಯು ಗಿವ್ ಮಿ ದ ಕ್ವಶನ್, ಕ್ವಿಜ್, ಐ ವಿಲ್ ಆನ್ಸರ್. ಸೈನ್ಸ್ ಕ್ವಿಜ್, chemistry quiz, whatever you answer, give, I'll answer. Topic, presentation. Okay, 90%, 95% marks ತಗೊಂಡಿದೆಯಲ್ಲ, ಸ್ಪೋರ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಡೇ ಇದೆ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಸಿಪೇಟ್ ಮಾಡು, ಅದರೊಂದು ಫಸ್ಟ್ ತಗೋ. ಅಟ್ಲೀಸ್ಟ್ 100 ಮೀಟರ್ ರನ್ ಮಾಡು. ಇಲ್ಲ, I never used to run. I don't know how to wear sports shoes. I never jogged. I never, got up early in the morning for sports. No, it's all not required. ಹಾಗೆ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಪ್ರಸ್ತುತ what is required? Overall development is required. One has to dance, one has to involve in sports activities, one has to deliver, one has to involve in communications. ಎಲ್ಲ ಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ಆದರೆ ಮಾತ್ರ will become success. Even in the institute they'll ask, ಆಯ್ತಪ್ಪ academic exams ಎಲ್ಲ ಇದೆ, ಅದು ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಬೇರೆ ಏನಿದೆಪ್ಪ ಹೇಳು. You tell me other than this. ನಾನು ಅದು ಪ್ರಾಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೇನೆ, ಅಷ್ಟು ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್ ತೊಗೊಂಡಿದ್ದೇನೆ, ಇಷ್ಟು ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೇನೆ, ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಅಟೆಂಡ್ ಆಗಿದ್ದೇನೆ, ಫುಲ್ ಇದೆ ನನಗೆ, ಅವಾರ್ಡ್ ಸಿಕ್ಕಿದೆ, ಅಟೆಂಡೆನ್ಸ್ ಫುಲ್ ಇದೆ 4 ಸಲ, ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ಇದೆಪ್ಪ, ಅದು ಬಿಡು, ಬೇರೆ ಏನು ಹೇಳು. ಸ್ಪೋರ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಏನು, ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಾ ಕರಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಆ್ಯಕ್ಟಿವಿಟೀಸ್ ಏನು, ಸೋಷಿಯಲ್ ಆ್ಯಕ್ಟಿವಿಟೀಸ್ ಏನು, ಸಮಾಜಕ್ಕೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಜಸ್ಟಿಸ್ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಏನು ಮಾಡಿದ್ಯಾ ಗಿವ್ ಮಿ, ಅದು ಕೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ವಾಟ್ ದ ಓವರ್ ಆಲ್ ಡೆವಲಪ್ಮೆಂಟ್, ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ವಾಟ್ ದ ರಿಕ್ವೈರ್ಮೆಂಟ್. ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ವೈ ಈವನ್ ಇನ್ ACT there is 100 points for engineering course. At the end of the engineering you should have, one should score 100 points. ಅದು ಬೀಚ್ ಕ್ಲೀನಿಂಗ್ ಮಾಡೋದಾಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಅಥವಾ ಸ್ವಚ್ಛತಾ ಅಭಿಯಾನದಲ್ಲಿ ಪಾಲ್ಗೊಂಡು ಸೋಷಿಯಲ್ ಆಕ್ಟಿವಿಟೀಸ್ ಮಾಡೋದಾಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಕಸ ಎಕ್ಕುವುದಾಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಅಥವಾ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮನೆ ಪಕ್ಕ ಏನಾದರೂ ಆಕ್ಟಿವಿಟೀಸ್, ಸೋಷಿಯಲ್ ಆಕ್ಟಿವಿಟೀಸ್, 100 points, remember. So these are all, activities you are going to witness in our college, Agents of Engineering Technology and facilities. All these, you can look into it. So we are all doing, we are all part of Agents of Engineering Technology. Now we are all the part, and you can involve, you can participate, you can be enriched with all the knowledges. You can be a great speaker. You can, arrange functions. You can be a volunteer. So students' participation, self-involvement, self-motivation, as a result, you achieve better and better. It may be sports activities, cultural activities, co-curricular activities, quiz, or it may be project presentation, or it may be a Swachh Bharat mission, and all these things. So conservation of energy, very important. Then giving the social justice important. Then presenting ourselves in a very disciplined way. That is very important, along with getting marks. I told you getting marks is easy nowadays. Along with that and participation. 9 to 5 ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಆದರೆ ಆಯ್ತು, ನಾನು ಮನೆಗೆ ಓಡಬೇಕು. ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಇಲ್ವಾ, ನಾನು ಮನೆಗೆ ಓಡಬೇಕು, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಪಬ್ಜಿ ಇದೆ, ಮೊಬೈಲ್ ತಗೊಂಡು ಆಡಬೇಕು. ಅದೇ ಇಂಟೆನ್ಷನ್ ಆದರೆ ವಿ ವಿಲ್ ನಾಟ್ ಗ್ರೋ. ಸೊ ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಗ್ರೋ ರಿಚ್ ಇನ್ ಆಲ್ ದ ಆಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟ್ಸ್. Those who are staying in the hostel, you are going in the afternoon. If you are not in the afternoon, you see all the facilities. So this is the brief presentation about how we have to be. After all, it's very important. My goal is to become a good human being and have to have some contribution to the society, maybe in the form of an engineer, or in the form of a teacher, or maybe in the form of a software engineer or mechanical or whatever. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for rendering the academic rules and regulations of a college. Now I would like to call upon Professor Vivek Ranjan Bhandari, Head Department of Placement, to address the gathering regarding awareness on placement training and activities at AJIT. Over to you, sir.
Very good morning, one and all. My name is Vivek Ranjan Bhandari. I am a part of the training and placement team. Now, I will engage you for the next 15 to 20 minutes with an intention of giving you a bird's eye view on what we bring onto the table as far as training and placements goes. Now, it's a known fact, 80% of the students who undertake professional courses, they do it with an eye on placements. ಸರಿಸುಮಾರು ಒಂದು 80% ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳು ಯಾರು ಪ್ರೊಫೆಷನಲ್ ಕೋರ್ಸಸಲ್ಲಿ ತಮ್ಮ ಅಡ್ಮಿಷನ್ ತಗೊಳ್ತಾರೋ ಅವರೆಲ್ಲ ಒಂದು ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಜಾಬ್ ಸಿಗಬೇಕು, 4 ವರ್ಷ 5 ವರ್ಷದ ನಂತರ ಒಂದು, ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಇಂಜಿನಿಯರಿಂಗ್ 4 ವರ್ಷದಲ್ಲಿ ಮುಗಿಯುತ್ತೆ, ಬೇರೆ ಪ್ರೊಫೆಷನಲ್ ಕೋರ್ಸಸ್ ದೇ ಗೋ ಬಿಯಾಂಡ್ 4 years. ಒಂದು ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಕೆಲಸ ಸಿಗಬೇಕು, ಇದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ಹೆಚ್ಚಿನವರು, ಆಸ್ ಐ ಸೆಡ್ 80% ಹೆಚ್ಚು ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳು ಅದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ಅಡ್ಮಿಷನ್ ತಗೊಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಟ್ರೈನಿಂಗ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಅನ್ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಕನ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಯೆಂಟ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಹೋಲ್ ಥಿಂಗ್. ಇಲ್ಲಿ AJIITಯಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂಡ ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಅ ಸೆಪರೇಟ್ ಟ್ರೈನಿಂಗ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಸೆಲ್ ವಿಚ್ ಇಸ್ ವೆರಿ ಆಕ್ಟಿವ್. ನಮ್ಮ ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಟೀಮ್ ಇದೆ, ಜೊತೆಯಾಗಿ ತುಂಬ ಒಳ್ಳೆ ರಿಸಲ್ಟ್ಸನ್ನು ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ 2 or 3 years ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಅಚೀವ್ಡ್ ದ್ಯಾಟ್. And with the support of the management, the principal and all the various heads of departments, faculty members, we have been able to gain that kind of a fame in the last 2 or 3 years, wherein we are considered to be one amongst the best placement teams in the region of Mangalore. That's what we bring onto the table. Let me quickly introduce my placement team to you. I have Mr. Chanchal Anthony, the first one on the far left. I have Mr. Prabhakar, Mr. Vinod D'Souza, Mr. Manju Kiran, Mr. Nitin Sheth, me and Mrs. Kavita. We form the placement team. This is what we have brought onto the table. In the year 21-22, for our students in the final year, we provided about 147 opportunities in the campus, and we were able to hand over 262 offer letters. 147 ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಕಂಪನಿಗಳಲ್ಲಿ, ಕೆಲವು ಕಂಪನೀಸ್ ಮಲ್ಟಿಪಲ್ ರೋಲ್ಸ್ಗೆ 2 ಸಲ ಬಂದದ್ದು ಇದೆ. ಆದರೆ 147 ಡಿಫ್ರೆಂಟ್ ಆಪರ್ಚುನಿಟೀಸ್, 262 ಆಫರ್ ಲೆಟರ್ಸ್, ನೇಮಕಾತಿ ಪತ್ರಗಳನ್ನು ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳಿಗೆ ನಾವು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೇವೆ. ಕಳೆದ ವರ್ಷ 101 ಆಪರ್ಚುನಿಟೀಸ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೇವೆ. ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಸುಮಾರು 287 ಆಫರ್ ಲೆಟರ್ಸನ್ನು ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್ಗೆ ನಾವು ಹ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಓವರ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೇವೆ. ಅವರ್ ಟೋಟಲ್ ಪರ್ಮಿಟೆಡ್ ಇಂಟೇಕ್ ವಾಸ್ 300. ನಮ್ಮ ಇಂಟೇಕ್ ಇದ್ದಿದ್ದು 300. ಈ ವರ್ಷದಿಂದ ವಿ ಆರ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು 540. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ದೀಸ್ ಆರ್ ಸರ್ಟನ್ ಕಂಪ್ನೀಸ್ ವಿಚ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಸಪೋರ್ಟೆಡ್ ಅಸ್ in being successful at placements, all the big names in the IT industry, in the electronics industry, mechanical, civil engineering, ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ challenge ಆಗಿ ಪರಿಣಮಿಸಿದೆ, no doubt about that. But otherwise, we have done fairly well in the whole aspects of placements. Let me quickly bring certain things, particularly ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳ ಗಮನಕ್ಕೆ ಕೆಲವು ವಿಚಾರಗಳನ್ನು ನಾನು ಹೇಳಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಇಷ್ಟಪಡ್ತೀನಿ. The first thing which I want you to understand is placement is always a process, never an event. Okay? ಈಗ ಮನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ ಅರೇಂಜ್ ಮಾಡೋದಿದ್ರೆ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಎನ್ ಇವೆಂಟ್. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ 1 ವಾರಕ್ಕೆ ಮುಂಚಿತವಾಗಿ, 15 ದಿನಕ್ಕೆ ಮುಂಚಿತವಾಗಿ you start your preparations about in the due course of time, you finish those whole preparations and run that event on that day. Placement is a process. Everyone wants a good job, but then good jobs are not offered on a platter. You got to earn them. You got to be ready for them. Then please understand it's a process, and process doesn't come with the specific time span in which you got to alert. In simple words, once you step into an engineering college, keep the final goal as placements. Start preparing from day number 1. I'm not saying keep out 1 hour, 2 hours every day from day number 1. That's not going to happen. But then have a timetable for you and always treat placement like a process. The next one, consistency is the key. ನಾನೊಂದು 10 ದಿವಸ ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟೀಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ, ಮತ್ತೊಂದು ತಿಂಗಳು ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಆಮೇಲೆ ನೋಡೋಣ. That's not going to give you the desirable results. So you have to be consistent. You have to know what makes you that special person. ಈಗ ಒಂದು ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ ಕಂಪನಿ ಏನಾದರೂ ಕ್ಯಾಂಪಸ್ಸಿಗೆ ಬಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಫೈನಲ್ ರೌಂಡ್ಗೆ ಇಬ್ಬರು ಸಿಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆದರೆ ಯುವರ್ ಬೆಸ್ಟ್ ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ ಕುಡ್ ಬಿ ದ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಪರ್ಸನ್. ಆದರೆ ಆ ದಿವಸ ನೀವು ನಿಮ್ಮ ಬೆಸ್ಟ್ ಫ್ರೆಂಡನ್ನು ಹಿಂದಕ್ಕೆ ಹಾಕಿ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಗೆಟ್ ಎ ಆಫರ್ ಲೆಟರ್. ಫಾರ್ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಯು ಗಾಟ್ ಬಿ ಕನ್ಸಿಸ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಇನ್ ಯೋರ್ ಪ್ರಿಪರೇಷನ್ಸ್. ಆಲ್ವೇಸ್ ಬೇರ್ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಇನ್ ಮೈಂಡ್. ದ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟರ್, communicate well, you have conquered the world. At the end of the day, knowledge is important, nobody denies that. But then what I have here, how do I bring it here, matters a lot. no problem under the sun, no problem under the sun does not have a solution if people are willing to communicate with each other. Sir, previous presentation alli Kishore sir ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು, mobile phones, they have literally stopped us from communicating with each other. So learn to communicate, learn the language which matters a lot. Engineering is a professional course. Professional course doesn't have geographical boundaries. And when there is no geographical boundaries, the common business language used under the sun, invariably, whether you like it or not, happens to be English. ಇವತ್ತೆಲ್ಲ ಹೆಚ್ಚಿನ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳು ಇಂಗ್ಲಿಷ್ ಮೀಡಿಯಂ ಎಜುಕೇಷನ್ ಅನ್ನು ಪಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಬಂದಿರ್ತಾರೆ. ಆದರೆ ಯಾವುದೇ ಭಾಷೆ, ಇನ್ನು ಮಾತೃಭಾಷೆ ಕೂಡ ಆಗಿದ್ರು ಕೂಡ ನಾವು ಅದನ್ನು ಬಳಕೆ ಮಾಡೋದನ್ನು ನಿಲ್ಲಿಸಿದ್ರೆ ಆ ಪರ್ಟಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಮೊಮೆಂಟಲ್ಲಿ ನಮಗೆ ಆ ಫ್ಲೂಯೆನ್ಸಿ ಬರೋದಿಲ್ಲ. So don't stop using the language, and more importantly, communication is not just about language. Communication is the ability to listen to somebody, and when you're listening to somebody, listen to understand. Don't necessarily listen to reply. We do this mistake of listening to reply. You do this, you communicate well, and when you communicate well, even if you're not doing that well on that particular day, you could still be a winner. Communication holds the key. I'm sorry. Gather opinions. Information is gold. No doubt about that. And today, this generation is a highly informed generation. Make good use of the facilities you have. Increase confidence. It's not available in any shop. You have to develop it yourself. And more importantly, increase resilience. Resilience gives you the courage to come back and fight another day. ಪ್ರತಿ ಸಲ ಪ್ರತಿ ಕಂಪನಿ ಬಂದಾಗ ಡೇ ಒನ್ನಲ್ಲೇ ಎಲ್ಲ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸು ಸಿಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಯಾರು ಸಿಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಲಿಲ್ಲ, ದೇ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಫೇಲ್ಡ್ ಆನ್ ದಟ್ ಡೇ and you get another chance another day. Resilience gives you that courage, because it's very simple. Success introduces you to the world. Failure introduces you to life. Getting introduced to life is very important. So the resilient individual never accepts failure. He keeps on conquering himself. And that's very important in the whole gamut of placements. Certain other things, training ಖಂಡಿತವಾಗಿ ಕಾಲೇಜ್ ಕಡೆಯಿಂದ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ನಾವು. ವಿ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟೆಡ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಅರೌಂಡ್ ಥರ್ಡ್ ಸೆಮಿಸ್ಟರ್. ಈ ಟ್ರೈನಿಂಗಿಗೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಟ್ರೈನಿಂಗ್ ಇಸ್ ಅ ಸ್ಪೆಷಲ್ ಥಿಂಗ್. ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ರೂಮ್ ಸೆಮಿಸ್ಟರ್ ಪೂರ್ತಿ ಕ್ಲಾಸಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಐ ಫೀಲ್ ದಟ್ ಐ ಆಮ್ ಎಂಟೈಟಲ್ಡ್ ಟು ಲೂಸ್ ಅ ಫ್ಯೂ ಕ್ಲಾಸಸ್. ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಆಬ್ಸೆಂಟಿಸಮ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು, ನೋ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್. Training is something which happens for a week. It might happen for 5 days. ದಯವಿಟ್ಟು ಪೇರೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಕೂಡ ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಜಾಗ್ರತೆ ವಹಿಸ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. 100% attendance barring extremities. That's different. If somebody is not keeping well, ಅಥವಾ some emergency, ಅದನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಬದಿಗಿಟ್ಟು 100% attendance in training is a must. Training is definitely a very integral part. Now I said self-training is great. Neevagi kaliyodidre, it's fantastic. If not, training is always provided by the college. Don't worry about it. Another very, very important thing, don't forget the basics of engineering. Today's students, you have a tendency to hit the delete button too often. I finished my first semester, I hit the delete button. I start with second. I finish my first year, I forget everything from the first year, I concentrate on thing. See, when a company, now suppose we have electronics or mechanical, the core branches. When a company comes for hiring, they don't expect you to know everything. They don't expect you to know everything, but they expect you to know the basics of what you have learned. So don't do away with the basic knowledge of your subjects. That's going to be one good friend to fall back on to when you need support in placements. Another one, training is the initializing factor, I said. You need to get to know. It could be aptitude, it could be technical training, it could be anything. Communications training, grooming, these are all very integral aspects. We may not find it to be a big player standout, but these are the small things which are going to make your engineering journey beautiful. So do take enough care into all these things. Now, loads of knowledge for you. YouTube, so many sites which you fall back onto. Knowledge is available left, right and center. Accumulating knowledge is one skill. Arranging knowledge is another skill by itself. So that's where I say, if you're training properly and then practicing properly, arranging of knowledge becomes easier. There are so many things in the kitchen, right? So many things in the kitchen. But then when you try to cook, half of your time is spent on where is that, where is this, where do I find salt, where do I find sugar? Now your mother enters the kitchen, she has everything photocopied at the back of her head. That is arranging of knowledge. Learn to do this because you don't want to waste your time looking into what to pull out. If you know where it is, it becomes easier for you to pull it out. So get these simple things going. Placement doesn't have shortcuts. Please understand that. Copy and paste will not give you placements. Sumaru, I have been in placements for the last 15, 16 years. Sumaru vichitra situations nodide. Copy and paste life alli. Urgently, I asked somebody, Nima soft copy nange mail madi, resume soft copy mail madi, bala urgently copy paste madi ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. And I have a computer science engineer saying that I have a career goal of becoming a good site engineer or a construction engineer. He has copy pasted it. So be very careful. There are no shortcuts in placements. Practice is the key. Aptitude training anta ನಾವು train ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. Aptitude training. ಈ ಟ್ರೈನಿಂಗ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬೇಸಿಕಲಿ ನಾವು ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನೀವು ಹೈಸ್ಕೂಲ್ ಮ್ಯಾಥಮೆಟಿಕ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ 11th ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡರ್ಡ್ ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಇಲ್ಲ ಈ ಅರಿಥಮೆಟಿಕ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಏನಿದೆ the same thing would be taught to you again, but there is a catch. When you took 1 minute to solve that problem in 8th standard or 9th standard, you are just given 10 seconds here. So that's it. Speed matters, and to attain speed, practice matters. Now for students, not a set of advices, these are certain points which I draw out of my experience. You are your boss. You know what works for you, what doesn't work for you, right? But these are certain experiences which I want to think. Placement is always a service. Don't treat it like a privilege. It's not something which has been offered to you. It is something wherein you're assisted to reach your journey, the destination which you have dreamt of. And always, the early bird catches the worm in life. Somebody who is well prepared hits the bullseye, no questions asked. There is no substitute to peer learning. Another one very important task. Nam class alli ಒಂದು 60 ಮಕ್ಕಳು ಇರ್ತಾರೆ. There are 60 students in my class. ಯಾವುದೋ ಸಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾರು ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿರ್ತಾರೆ, I should not have anything stopping me from going and learning it from him. In today's world, peer learning, there is no substitute. The art of speaking to computers have to be mastered. Suppose there are so many students from outside the state who would have taken admission today. Suppose a student is from Kerala. He would have spoken Malayalam all through his life, right? Now he comes and goes to a roadside shop in Mangalore. Suppose he doesn't know Malayalam. This guy has to know a little bit of Tulu or a little bit of Kannada, right? So you become effective when you are able to speak the language which the other person understands. And majority of you today are going to live in the world of computers, right? Then better learn a language which computer understands. Coding is a must. Don't postpone learning in coding. Now, which language to code in? Which language to study? You're the boss. Don't worry. There is enough scope for in E1. There is no particular language which is ruling the roost now. Competition is your middle name. Understand that. You're running a race. Okay? Two guys get into the final round of interviews. My friend wanted the offer letter more than me. He has financial problems. I give my offer letter to him and walk out. That looks only in a silver screen. It doesn't work in life. In life, you got to beat your best friend if you are going to be the winner. So competition is your middle name. Understand that. And the only thing permanent in this world is change. There's nothing which is permanent in this world. Change is definitely permanent. Things are going to change. What language, suppose a coding language you learned now, by the time you come for placements, it might be a different language. So that's why I said in my previous slide, don't lose touch with your basics. A quick note for parents. Practice makes a man perfect, a human perfect rather. Parents, ದಯವಿಟ್ಟು students ತನ್ನ ಕಲ್ತದನ್ನ ಅದೇ practicing things, keep an eye on that. What they are practicing, ಅದನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ನೋಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ you may not have the time. But at least whether they are following up things. Practice is the key. Second one, ಬಹಳಷ್ಟು students ಅನ್ನ ನಾನು ನೋಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ. My father has told that I've got my uncle working in a company, ಅವರ ಹತ್ರ ಮಾತಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಒಂದು ಜಾಬ್ ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ. Reference works, but let it be a secondary tool. There is nothing like getting an offer letter in the campus. So support your students to get an offer letter in the campus. If there is a reference, fine. That doesn't go away, right? So please bear this in mind. Don't, you could be better off not discussing references with the students, your kids. The next one, collaboration is the key word. We will do something, you will do something. The final benefactor is going to be the student. You got to work in tandem with the college, with the placement department. Yavade questions idre placement department ge yavade time alli bandu ನೀವು ಕೇಳಬಹುದು. So collaboration is the key. I'm running out of time. As I wind up, there are certain things which I want to bring in mind. I've shared with you certain experiences of mine. And for the students, I have a very simple thing. Believe in yourself. You have today decided to take up engineering and follow that journey in life. Start believing in yourself. I'll give you a very simple narrative for 3 minutes and wind up this whole interaction with you. Long back, in a particular village, ಯಾವುದೋ ಒಂದು ಹಳ್ಳಿಯಲ್ಲಿ, there was a big drought. No rains, nothing. ಮಳೆ ಇರಲಿಲ್ಲ, ಬೆಳೆ ಇರಲಿಲ್ಲ, ಸಿಕ್ಕಾಪಟ್ಟೆ ಡ್ರೌಟ್ ಇತ್ತು, ಕುಡಿಯಕ್ಕೆ ಕೂಡ ನೀರು ಇರಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಎಲ್ಲ ವಿಲೇಜರ್ಸ್ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಸೇರಿಕೊಂಡು they decided to go and consult the priest in the village. They decided to consult the priest. And the priest told them, we will do an offering. Now, ದೇವರಿಗೆ ಒಂದು ದೊಡ್ಡ, you call it a prayer, ಪೂಜಾ, ಏನೇ ನಮ್ಮ ನಂಬಿಕೆಗೆ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡು, we will offer that, but everyone from the village has to attend. ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಬ್ಬರು ಬಂದು ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಭಾಗವಹಿಸಬೇಕು. So the day was decided, and early in the morning, everyone from the village, the kids, the grown-ups, the elders, everyone, they came to the designated place, and the priest started offering the prayer. Miracle anta karitira, effectiveness anta karitira, ಏನು ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ. As the prayer was coming to an end, it started raining. But there was only one small boy who had carried an umbrella. The remaining did not carry an umbrella. What I'm trying to tell you is that boy believed that the prayers are going to work. So if you have taken up engineering today, believe that it is your choice. Believe it's going to work for you. Believe you're going to reach your destination after 4 years. Once again, the aspiring engineers here, I wish you all the very best in your engineering sojourn.
be it a learning one, be it a joy-filled one. You need to enjoy as a student. And at the same time, I congratulate the parents for choosing AJIT. We will work with you in making you realize your children's dream come true. Thank you so much for being a good audience. Let the day be yours.
Thank you, sir, for giving the awareness on placement and its activities to the gathering. Dear students, let's kickstart this incredible journey with a mind-enriching talk on enhancing emotional wellness by Dr. Ramila Shekhar, Director and Mental Health Professional at Manashanti Counseling, Training and Research Center. I take it as an honor and privilege to introduce an eminent personality, Dr. Ramila Shekhar, to the gathering. I request our first year coordinator, Dr. Kishore Shetty, to escort our guest speaker to the dais. Thank you, sir. Dr. Ramila Shekhar had her early education at Mangalore and then went on a pursuit to her studies at Niemans, Mangalore. She has served as a professor, HOD and Dean at PG Department of Roshni Nilaya for 34 years. Currently, she is Director and practicing as a mental health professional at Manashanti Counseling, Training and Research Center, Mangalore, which she herself initiated. She has conducted more than 1,500 programs for students, parents and teachers, and also member of various government and corporate sectors on family life, family relationship, child mental health, healthy personality, stress management, mental health first aid, prevention of sexual harassment in different parts of Karnataka and South India. She was conferred the Best Educationist Award by the Global Society for Health and Educational Growth, New Delhi, in the year 2015. She was appointed second time as the Juvenile Justice Board member for Dakshin Kannada and was also appointed for 2 consecutive terms as a member of the Mental Health Authority for Karnataka. She was appointed as the editor for the National Journal of Professional Social Work from 2018 to 2020. She has also been invited to give lectures to students of Volta University, Norway and University of Leuven, Belgium. She is author of books on child mental health, women and mental health, and also prepared manual for teachers and parents on child mental health. She has also completed training programs for teachers in many schools and colleges. She has also presented a number of research papers in various local, state, national and international conferences and has contributed many articles and research papers in various journals over years and was involved with research at University of Common, USA with Flinders University, Australia. She is the member for prevention of sexual harassment at Mangalore City and Dakshin Kannada. At present, she is a member of Prevention of Sexual Harassment Committee of KMC Hospital, Mangalore, the Karnataka Bank, Head Office, Mangalore, and Tetherfire Software Company. She is also appointed as a member of Ad Hoc Body of Sensitization, Prevention and Redressal of Sexual Harassment Committee, SPARSH. For 4 years, was empaneled as Psychological Counselor to NITK, Surathkal till 2022 April. She has been giving radio and TV programs on issues related to women, child and mental health. She has been conducting orientation programs for first-year engineering students at various colleges. Her special interest lies in working with children, adolescents, women and family-related areas and also conducting preventive and promotive programs for children, adolescents and family for striving towards a better and progressive society. We are indeed fortunate to have with us such an accomplished woman and a well-known personality amongst us. My heartfelt welcome and greetings to you, madam. May I request our first year coordinator, Dr. Kishore Shetty, to florally welcome Dr. Ramila Shekhar. Without further ado, I kindly request you to take over the session. Over to you, madam.
Good morning, everybody. Ellarigu namaskara. I know for the first years here, it's a little bit anxious time. Yes? Because you're joining a new college, you don't know what it is. And for parents, it's even more anxious, saying where my child is going to land up. So when Professor Kishore asked me to address Nimmanno, I was just wondering, when both parents and students are there, I was just wondering, what do I talk? You know, it's so easy to talk to the parents alone, and it's easy to talk to the students alone. But I think there was one incident after Professor Kishore rang me up, which made me actually pick up this particular topic. I'm talking of a person who is now working, joined a particular engineering college, was a 10th standard rank holder, was a PUC rank holder, was a gold medalist in BE, got into post-graduation, a gold medalist there also, hand-picked during the campus. So everybody envied him, saying, "Ayo, avanu eshtu lucky. Nodi avanige ella starting inda ishtu tanaka ella sikkide anta." Parents were envious, other parents kuda adondu solpa you felt, okay, our tande tayi eshtu lucky anta hedi. And this is about 2 years back. He joined a very big company. He was working very well. He had a lot of people on a team alli. Now there's a lot of team aspects. So there's a lot of people working in his team. After about 1 year, there was an appraisal. Appraisal alli, somehow the people in his team, not he, the people in his team got the promotion. And he did not get that jump that he thought he will get. And that was where this boy, I'm calling him a boy, though he's working as an IT professional, but this boy could not handle it. He landed in self-harm. And nimgellarigu gottirbodu, yesterday was World Suicide Prevention Day. So he landed in self-harm avnige madkondo, and that is where from that particular medical person the reference came to me. And when I saw him, suddenly the picture of what Professor Kishore came to my mind, and I said, okay, here are my boys and girls who are just entering into your new profession, and maybe there are many things I would want to tell you along with your parents, but I thought, let me just touch upon 2 small things which I hope will be useful for your life. I am not planning to tell you something that is going to get good marks in engineering. That is not my intention at all. Maybe your professors won't like it, but for me, marks are not important. Marks do not define you. It is important in the sense you'll have to do well, but that is not important for me. For me, what is important is you being happy, you being able to do your best, not the best. So that is where I picked up that thing, saying that maybe I'll talk about how to improve emotional wellness anta heli, because as a mental health professional, if you start talking about mental illness and problems, ನಾವು ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತೇವೆ ಅಂದರೆ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವು ಫೋಕಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೇವೆ. Parents will look out, oh, ರಮೀಲಾ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂದು ಹೇಳಿದ್ಲು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಹೀಗೆ ಇದ್ರೆ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಅಂತ. ನನ್ನ ಮಗನಲ್ಲಿ ಅದು ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ನಾವು ನೋಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಶುರು ಮಾಡ್ತೇವೆ. ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ನೋ ಬೆಟರ್. They'll also start looking at themselves and they look at the parents. I've had this problem also. They'll go and say, ಹೆಚ್ಚು ಮಾಡಿದರೆ ಐ ಥಿಂಕ್ ರಮೀಲಾ ಹೇಳಿದ ಹಾಗೆ ನಿಮಗೆ ಏನೋ ಒಂದು ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಇರಬೇಕು, ನಾನು ರೆಫರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೇನೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ. ಸೊ they'll start referring you. So I don't want to talk about that. I am going to talk about wellness, which all of us want to, including me. I might be a mental health professional, but I also need to improve my wellness. I was just talking to ma'am in the boardroom for some time. So wellness is something that we have to thrive for it. So now, this is what I was talking about that boy. Some years back, maybe when your parents did their studies, and maybe definitely when I did my studies, what was important was IQ. Everybody was bothered about the intelligence of a child. Everybody was bothered ಎಷ್ಟು ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್ ಸಿಗ್ತಾ ಇತ್ತು ಅವನಿಗೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ. ಈಗ ಸಹ ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸಿಗೆ ನಾವು ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಕೊಡ್ತೇವೆ ಅನ್ಫಾರ್ಚುನೇಟ್ಲಿ, ಆಯಿತಾ. ಬಟ್ ನೌ ಇನ್ ರಿಯಾಲಿಟಿ ದ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ದಟ್ ಐ ಗೇವ್ ಯು, ವಾಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾಪನ್? ಹಿ ವಾಸ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ರೀಮ್ಲಿ ಅ ಬ್ರಿಲಿಯಂಟ್ ಬಾಯ್. ನಾನು IQ ಟೆಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿಲ್ಲ, ಮಾಡಿದರೆ ಹಿ ಈಸ್ ಡೆಫಿನೆಟ್ಲಿ ಅಬವ್ ಆವರೇಜ್. But in the present situation, what is needed is, apart from me being intelligent, I also need to work with the team. ಬೇರೆಯವ್ರ ಜೊತೆ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ನನಗೆ ಆಗಬೇಕು. Now this teamwork, this interpersonal relationship, this communication is something that he was lacking. And nowhere in his 10th PUC engineering, M.Tech, nowhere that was assessed. What was assessed was his intelligence. Adre in work now, what was assessed was how well can he make the team work well. And he gave me one example saying very recently there was a team activity that was given. And what he told, he called the team members, ಈಗ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ, half the thing is done online. There is not even a face contact. So he just called his team members and said, hey, it's okay. See, this is the work that is given. You don't bother, naan martene. Because for him, he can do that work within 5 minutes. So the team members stood up and said, sorry boss. ಇದು ನಿಮಗೆ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕಲ್ಲ, ನಮಗೆ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದು, ನಾವೆಲ್ಲರೂ ಮಾಡೋಣ. ಸೊ ನಾವೇನು ಮಾಡ್ತೇವೆ, ನಾವು ಅದನ್ನು ಮಾಡ್ತೇವೆ, ವಿ ವಿಲ್ ಡೂ ಇಟ್. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಬಂದು ನಾವು ನಿಮಗೆ ರಿಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೇವೆ. ದಿಸ್ ಬಾಯ್ ಬಿಕೇಮ್ ಆಂಕ್ಷಿಯಸ್. He became anxious saying, ಅವ್ರು ಮಾಡದಿದ್ರೆ ಎಂತ ಮಾಡೋದು, ಅವ್ರು ಸರಿ ಮಾಡದಿದ್ರೆ ಎಂತ ಮಾಡೋದು, my name will go wrong. So all these issues happened. And finally when there was appraisals, ಈ ಥರ ಒಂದಲ್ಲ ತುಂಬ ಘಟನೆಗಳು ಆಗಿದ್ದೇವೆ. And finally when the appraisal, the feedback happened, there is something called as 360-degree feedback in the corporate sector. And this feedback happened, his own team members gave him a negative feedback saying, this person we can't work with. The company took him because he was very good, but they all said, sorry, we can't work with this fellow. And that was a terrible hit for him. What I'm talking was lacking in him is IQ was there, but the second one, emotional intelligence, what we call as EQ, which is very important. I didn't add another SQ, the social quotient, which is very important, was lacking in this child. That's where I thought, maybe I need to talk today, because you all are, students today are stepping into another phase of life. I know when you all are coming here, there's lot of ideas, alva? Lot of ideas. What are the ideas that you all are having about your future days? Where are my students? What are the ideas that you're having about your future days? This present, now, next month, till October, what is the things that you thought of? If you all are in the hostel, lot of freedom. ಅಮ್ಮಂದು ಕಿರಿ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ನಿಂತು ಹೋಗ್ತದೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ, ಇಡೀ ದಿವಸ ಹೇಳೋದು ನಿಂತು ಹೋಗ್ತದೆ. ಡೆಫಿನೆಟ್ಲಿ ಎಸ್. ಓಕೆ, ಮೋರ್ ದೆನ್ ಎನಿಥಿಂಗ್ ಎಲ್ಸ್, ನೌ ವಿ ಆರ್ ಪ್ರೊಫೆಷನಲ್ಸ್. So, Madam just said, I've been conducting these programs for so many years, so I know the students very well. We are professionals. ಇನ್ನು ನೀವು ಹೇಳಬೇಕಂತ ಇಲ್ಲ, ನಮ್ಮನ್ನು ಬಿಡ್ಬೋದು, ನಮ್ಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ ಎಂತ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ. ಆದರೆ ಈ ಕಡೆಯಿಂದ ಆಸ್ ಪೇರೆಂಟ್ಸ್ there is no question of ಬಿಡ್ಬೋದು. Believe me, even after I was 50, my mother was still behind me. If I used to come from the clinic a little later, she used to stand near the gate saying, what happened? That is a parent. Parent will always be a parent. And that is where, ನಾನೇನು ಮಗುವ ನಿಮಗೆ ಎಲ್ಲವನ್ನು ಹೇಳಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ನನಗೇನು ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ವಾ? ಬಟ್ ದೇ ರಿಯಲಿ ಡೋಂಟ್ ನೋ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಅದನ್ನು ನಾನು ಕೇಳಿದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ನನ್ನ ಬಿ ಪಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಮೇಲೆ ಹೋಗ್ತದೆ. ಕಲಿಸ್ತೇನೆ, ನಿಲ್ಲು, ಮಾಡು, ನೀನು ತಪ್ಪು ಮಾಡು, ಹಿಡಿತೇನೆ ಅಂತ ನಾವು ಕಾಯ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತೇವೆ. ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಹ್ಯಾಪನಿಂಗ್. You wait for them to prepare, do a, mistake. They wait, they challenge you. So I just thought of two issues. I'll tell you what is that. Now just to give you a very simple example, I was thinking of wellness taking into consideration the WHO definition. The WHO definition brings in 3 components. Physical, we are all very clear about it. Everybody does exercise, everybody eats proper diet, everybody does everything. Ellarigu gottide, because even my parents who come to me, my parents who come to the clinic, I call them as my parents, and children who come to the clinic, it goes up till 30 maybe. Okay, children who come to the clinic, I call them as my children. So I have a lot of parents saying, madam, ಬರೋದು ಬೇರೆ ಯಾವುದೋ ಕಾರಣಕ್ಕೆ, ಬಟ್ ದೆನ್ they'll come and discuss with me everything. Madam, my daughter is not growing tall, what should I do? Because we are so concerned about physical aspects. Physical aspects we are all concerned. ನಮ್ಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ, ಇಷ್ಟು ಉದ್ದ ಇರಬೇಕು, ಇಷ್ಟು ದಪ್ಪ ಇರಬೇಕು, ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಏನಾದರೆ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಇದ್ದರೆ ಅದನ್ನು. ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ even more, in this age group they are even more concerned. They want to look good. So physical aspect is not a problem for us. But what is a problem for us is we are not able to understand the psychological aspects. That is something that is very, very important. I have brought in the 5 domains for wellness. So you will understand what is the difference that I am talking. Physical, I spoke to you. I am going to take the last one. Economical, namge gottide. We have the APL and BPL, so we know where we stand. If you have BPL, we have all this. If we have APL, we have all this anta namge gottide. Above poverty line and below poverty line anta namge gottide. Alva? We have the social, we have our social groups ಈಗ. In our society, Christians ಇರ್ಬೋದು, Muslims ಇರ್ಬೋದು, Hindus ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ಸ್. So that is not a problem. ಆಯಿತಾ? Cognitive, intelligent, ನಾನು ಮಾತಾಡಿದೆ. We have the various tests ಈಗ to find out about assessments. Pakne, a student is not doing well, they send it to us that we do the assessments and we tell them. So that is not a problem. But one problem that is there is emotional or psychological. We don't have anything to assess us. So ಆದ್ರಿಂದ ನಮಗೆ how to improve it ಅಂತ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ. ಎಂತ ಮಾಡೋದು? Psychological well-being ಅನ್ನು ಹೆಚ್ಚಿಸಲಿಕ್ಕೆ, to enhance psychological well-being, what should I do? I don't know. I also don't know. My parents also don't know. Nobody knows. Because we haven't spoken about it. We don't talk about it. And that is what I'm going to talk about today for you. I was just thinking this. Why is emotional wellness important? Why is emotional wellness important? And this is specifically for students, and I am aiming this at the students. Whatever will come here, whether you like it or not, you have come here to study. Yes? And to study, what is important? You need to improve your attention. Nimma gamana, nimma focus correct ಆಗಿರಬೇಕು. Because I have a lots of students coming to me, ma'am, I want to study, ma'am, but when I sit to study, my mind goes where all. So now to bring it into the right direction, you have to have the proper attention and concentration. So the emotional wellness improves attention and concentration. When your attention and concentration is improved, overall your learning will be improved. Whatever you'll listen in your classes, whatever you'll read in your rooms, it is going to go inside. When your learning improves, automatically your confidence increases. Nimma swabhimana, nimma atmavishwasa automatically will increase. When your confidence increases, your socialization increases. You start talking because you feel comfortable. You feel comfortable saying, it's okay, I can speak to them. Otherwise, now hinjariteve. We go back, no, I can't talk. Maybe When your teachers ask you questions, you don't talk. It's not because you can't talk. It's the only thing is, am I saying something right or wrong? So your socialization increases. When your socialization increases, you are more comfortable. When you are more comfortable, automatically in whatever work you do, your performance goes high. Automatically your performance goes high. When your performance goes high, one word that I hear from a 4-year-old child to a 70-year-old man is tension. I've had my 4-year-old little fellow come and tell me also, Auntie, ನನಗೆ ತುಂಬ ಟೆನ್ಷನ್ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ. 4-year-old fellow comes to my clinic and tells me, I have ತುಂಬ ಟೆನ್ಷನ್. ವಾಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಆ ಮಮ್ಮಿ ಇಡೀ ದಿವಸ ಕಿರಿಕಿರಿ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಅದು ನನಗೆ ಟೆನ್ಷನ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. So from everybody of us, including we who are sitting here, also have tension. But if your performance, if you're comfortable, all that is good, automatically your stress level comes down. And if your stress level comes down, it has a direct impact on your physical and social health. Or in other words, what I'm saying is, it will make you a better person, it will make you a happier person. And I think that is why we are all here, just to be happy. So now you know what I'm going to take up for you. So, what are the things that can make are responsible for wellness? It is all this. But I'm not going to take all that because 2 days Kishore sir has not given me. He has given me only 1 hour, so I can't take all that. So I'm going to cram for you 2 things, 2 important things I've picked up. One is the first thing, especially for students, self-image, and second is, the fourth thing, that is positive emotional management. And I have a reason for that. One is this boy who was an inspiration for me, my own patient who was an inspiration for me. Second, I think day in and day out we are getting so many cases because of this particular factors. So I picked up those 2. Of course, I won't be doing justice to you because each of them, we have been trained at Nimans, Bangalore, for each of them being taken at least 3 days. And in all that, I'm taking both these for within 1 hour. Not even 1 hour, 40 minutes, I'm going to finish it for you. So I won't be doing justice, but I'm just touching upon, especially with my simple request to the students here, try taking in what I'm saying. It is not a lesson. It is not your physics or mathematics or whatever it is, but it is something that will be useful for me, for my life. If you look at it like this, your whole grasping will change. That is what I want you all to do. Okay? So now the first one I'm taking this, and for students especially, what is self-awareness and why am I talking about it? One, self-awareness is nothing but recognizing one's true self, strengths and weaknesses, and to build up the self-esteem. That is self-awareness. ನನ್ನ ಬಗ್ಗೆ, ನನ್ನ ಸ್ಟ್ರೆಂತಿನ ಬಗ್ಗೆ, ನನ್ನ ವೀಕ್ನೆಸ್ಸಿನ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ನನಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗೋದು, ನಾನು ಗುರುತಿಸುವುದು. This is very important. And especially in the present day generation, I think this is very important because of the whole system itself. I am not blaming the system, please don't mistake me. But the whole system itself is giving a lot of importance to how much marks you are getting. Maybe when the parents passed out their 10th or the PUC, when I passed out my 10th and PUC, even 70% was great. And maybe when your parents here passed out, maybe that gold line in your PUC marks card saying it is a distinction was great. I have students now getting 92% and attempting self-harm. Why? Ma'am, I expected 98, ma'am. I expected 100 in maths, I didn't get, ma'am. So now that is where our strengths are something that is very important because unfortunately I look at only my weaknesses. Okay? What is the objective of what I'm doing? Help you to recognize your strengths and weaknesses, develop a positive self-esteem so that you develop your skills. Remember, only if you understand yourself properly you can develop your skills and reduce indulging in destructive activities and relationship, which is most important for me, which is very important for me. When our self is not known, we indulge in a lot of negative activities, destructive, joyful activities. Like I just gave you an example, calming yourself, especially Mangalore. Now the climate is warm. So I have my girls and boys wearing a normal t-shirt or something like that and coming. Suddenly when that girl or a boy starts coming with a full sleeve sweater or a jerkin, something strikes in my head. So generally I go and sit next to her. Instead of sitting across her or across him, I slowly go and sit next to her. And as I am talking, I pull up the sleeves. And invariably when I pull up the sleeves, I will see marks here. And that is why he has worn a full sleeve shirt so that I don't see it. I'm talking of these destructive activities. I'm talking of these destructive activities. Ma'am, I can't bear it, so I took something, ma'am. Nicotine, drugs, whatever it is. I took that, ma'am. Doing something just for the sake of doing something bad is something that is done very commonly. So, my whole point for the parents, why am I doing this, is so that I avoid the students indulging in destructive activities. What is the benefits I'm looking for? With this short thing, I'm looking for this benefit. Promoting positive self-development, helping the students especially to recognize their positives and negatives, helping them to understand triggers which lead to negative behavior. It is not somebody else's behavior, it's my behavior. So when it's my behavior, I need to know what is actually making me behave like this. So helping them there and developing self-confidence and being able to deal with personal, academic and social issues rather than impulsively. I think Madam and I were just sitting. Pick up the paper. Yesterday was World Suicide Prevention Day. Pick up the paper every day. See the news every day. You have one negative news that comes. And believe me, majority of them are below 30 years. Why? It is because of impulse. It is because I feel I can't handle it. Now this is the benefit I'm looking for. Now what am I saying when I'm talking about self-esteem? I'm talking about students, I want you all to see yourself positively, honestly. I know you all have not even stepped to the college, but I'm going to give you a small task. Will you all do it for me? One small homework. Now you all might start cursing me saying, teachers are better than these ladies who come and give talks. They have already started giving me, but this is for your benefit. I know there's a lot to explore here. You want to go to your room, you want to do everything. Evening you want to go out. All that. Give me 5 minutes. 5 minutes per day, I'm not asking more than that. 5 minutes, sit quietly wherever you're at, whether you're at home, whether you're in the hostel, sit quietly and just look at yourself and point out those nice things about you. Point out the nice things that you all have done. What are the positive things that happen? Like for example, today maybe you all are sitting next to each other. I don't know whether they are friends or you all have just sat. You built a relationship with that person. Feel nice about it. You know? So that is something that is there. Instead of, you thought maybe the first day is going to be fun. You're just going to come to college, see the college and then, especially for people outside Mangalore. Aamele bidtare Mangalore tiruglikke. Naan neniside I'll go for shopping. I'll go to Forum Mall and buy something. Now these people have arranged one big lecture. Yarige bekittidu. Don't look at it like that. Look at something that you can pick up and take. Now this is 5 minutes work for you every day if you can do it. Because ultimately it's going to help you to realize you have a lot of positives. And when you have a lot of positives, there's nothing that can prevent you from doing well. I'm not talking the best. I never wish my students do the best. I always wish my students do your best. When you know your positives, when you are able to know why, because most of the time, why are we not able to do? Why are we not able to do? We are not able to do so many things because We have barriers, and the barriers are not outside. The barriers are within us. Barriers are mostly within us. When a teacher asks you now, I don't know, maybe tomorrow or day after tomorrow when they take up class, they might ask some of you all, come and say a few words about yourself. What do we do? What do we do? Now, you all are doing that even as I look at you. The moment I look at you, you look down. Nodbeda nannannu anta heli. Because I don't want, we all, even I have done that. I am not saying you all are the only ones. I have also done, and all your teachers have done it. We all play the ostrich game. You know what's an ostrich, alva? Huh? What does the ostrich do when it sees people? It buries its head into the ground so that it can't see anybody, and it also thinks nobody can see it. But unfortunately, the ostrich's leg is so big, everybody can see it. And that's what as students now nodudu. Enta madudu? Keli takshana kelage nodudu. Ayyo, nodude illa. Adre teacherige kaantade nimmanu. So instead of that barrier within yourself, nanga agalla, I can't, I am no good. Please volunteer. Make the best use of this opportunity that is given. And believe me, students, if you start knowing your positives, see, all of us are not good in everything. I mean, ma'am and I were just talking, and I found out just something. I just feel that she's a fantastic housewife. I'm not good. I may not be as good as a cook as so many of y'all. I may not keep my house as nice as so many of y'all. But if I only think about that, I'm going to become small. But if I know, yes, I'm not a good cook, but I am good in something else, that is going to help you to come forward. And this is for every one of us. And for parents, a small homework also. Students will feel very happy. Homework only, not only for me, ಒಳ್ಳೆದಾಯ್ತು ತಂದೆ ತಾಯಿಗೆ ಸಹ ಕೊಡಿ, ನೀವೇ ಅಲ್ಲ ಯಾವಾಗಲೂ ನನಗೆ ಹೇಳೋದು ಕಲೀರಿ ಅಂತ, ಈಗ ಒಂದು ಹೋಮ್ವರ್ಕ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಅಲ್ವಾ. ಸ್ಮಾಲ್, at least once a week, point out the nice things about the children, which is very important. ಇದನ್ನು ನಾನು ಹೇಳುವಾಗ, ಕೆಲವು ಸಲ ನಾನು ಕ್ಲಿನಿಕಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳುವಾಗ, ಐ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಹ್ಯಾಡ್ ಸೋ ಮೆನಿ ಪೇರೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಕಮ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಟೆಲ್ ಮಿ, ಎಂಚಿನ ಮಿಸ್, ಎಂಚಿನ ಮೇಡಮ್ ಇರ್ ಪನ್ಪಿನಿ, ಎಂತ ಮೇಡಮ್ ಅದು ಆರ್ಟಿಫಿಷಿಯಲ್ ನಾಟಕ ಥರ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ನಾನು ಹೇಳಿ ಇಷ್ಟು ವರ್ಷ ನಾನು ಹೇಳಿಲ್ಲ, ಈಗ ಇವತ್ತು ನೀವು ಹೇಳಿದ ನಂತರ ಹೇಗೆ ಹೇಳೋದು? ಚಿಂತಿಲ್ಲ, ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟಿಂಗಲ್ಲಿ ನಾಟಕ ಆಗ್ತದೆ, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಅದು ಅಭ್ಯಾಸ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ದೆನ್ ದೇ ವಿಲ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಗಿವಿಂಗ್ ಯು ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್ಸ್. Simple, again I'm going back to the students. How many of y'all, don't put up your hands, how many of y'all have told your mother she is the best mother? She cooks beautifully. How many of y'all have told your father, thank you for working so much and giving me what I am doing, what I am today? When I ask about mother, I'm sure one thought is going, ಮತ್ತೆ ಬೇರೆ ಎಂಥ ಕೆಲಸ ಉಂಟು, ಅವ್ರ ಮನೆಯಲ್ಲಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಮತ್ತೆ ಅಡುಗೆ ಮಾಡೋದೆ, ಮತ್ತೆ ಎಂತ ಮಾಡೋದು, ಮಾಡಲಿ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಇಲ್ಲದಿದ್ದರೆ ನನ್ನ ತಲೆ ತಿಂತಾರೆ, ಅದರಿಂದ ಅಟ್ಲೀಸ್ಟ್ ಗ್ಯಾಸ್ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಮುಗಿಲಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ. This is what I'm talking about, self. So parents, kindly start giving. This is not, I'm not asking you to be artificial. ಇಲ್ಲದನ್ನು ಹೇಳಬೇಡಿ. Don't tell the daughter that she is an Aishwarya Rai. Please don't tell. But there are nice things in her. Tell that. And for students, tell that to your parents. See, why I'm saying is because I strongly believe, I mentioned it yesterday also when we conducted Suicide Prevention Day. I strongly believe that if there is a positive relationship between parents and children, between teachers and students, lot of our stress can come down. Lot of problems can be, dealt with. Not eradicated, dealt with. ಯಾರಿಗೆ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ಸ್ ಇಲ್ಲ? ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗಿದೆ. When I conduct these programs, I have sometimes some of the people coming to me and saying, madam, ನಿಮಗೆ ಗಮ್ಮತ್ತಲ್ಲ, ನಿಮಗೆ ಎಂಥ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಇಲ್ಲ, ನಾನೇನು ರೋಬೋಟಾ? ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಇಲ್ಲದೆ ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೆ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ. Only thing is, have a way of handling it. That's all. So this is one thing. Have a strong social support. And the best, I always tell students this. Everywhere I tell students this. Students, however much your mother is a kirikiri, However much your father is a terrorist, when I say terrorist, I am talking about home terrorist. My father, you don't know, my God, he's worse than police commissioner. Okay, so whatever it is, remember one thing, your mother and father is your best friend. Because tomorrow when you have a problem, the other ones will come to them. And now, when you are in college, it is these people. Yes, they are very strict. They'll talk about subjects, yes, but they'll do, when you have a problem, they are the first ones to come. Not your 2,553 Facebook friends. I'm using this because of one incident that happened when I went for a college program. We were doing something on communication and interpersonal relationships. So I just asked a group of students saying, tell me how many friends you have. And one fellow said 4, one fellow said 12, one girl said something. I had one fellow sitting there in the end and putting up his hands and saying, ma'am, me. I said, yes, tell me. Ma'am, I remember the number even today, though it was some 7 years back. This incident happened 7 years back, but I remember it even today. Ma'am, I have 2,554 friends. Okay. How often do you meet them? I don't know, ma'am. Where are they? FB, ma'am. Fantastic. I gave him a good clap, but my next question to that is, I gave them a situation. I am the last person, students, don't think I am going to tell you all not to use Instagram and Facebook or all that. I am the last person to say that, as long as you all know how to handle it. So my next question to him is, all of you all have said 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 2,554. Now think, when you're going out of this gate, think that you've had an accident and you've fallen down there. How many of your friends are going to come and help you? Even the person who had 2 said, my friend will come, definitely she'll ring up to my father. Somebody said, my friend will come and take me to the hospital. Then I looked at my great friend who was sitting in the end and said, yes, my dear fellow, you are 2,554. How can they come, ma'am? They are not here. I don't even know them. And that was what we started working. And that is what I'm talking today. Build up your social relationship, which is very, very important. What can you do? I'm just giving you something. First, students, know yourself. I've told you. 5 minutes per day. If you can't spend 5 minutes per day, give me at least 5 minutes thrice a week. But thrice a week is a must. Sit down. Don't tell me 24 hours you all are busy. I won't take it. 5 minutes once, thrice a week. Sit down. Do this one. Second, when you do this, you're going to come across a lot of positives. You're going to come across a lot of negatives also. Yes, negatives also. I also have a lot of negatives. What do? Accept your negatives. Accept those negatives that I can change. My height, my weight, my color, my hair structure. I can't change it. Don't become, concentrating or obsessive about those things. See, everybody is like that. Only I am like this. When you have your positives, the weakness becomes small because you focus. Like how now they have focused the lights on me. You focus the lights on the weaknesses, that becomes big. If you focus the lights on your positives, that becomes big and the weakness becomes small. So accept yourself. It's okay. I told you I'm not a good cook as ma'am is, but I know that I have some other positives. I'm happy about that. And the third thing is love yourself. Maybe I can see a small smile in some of your faces saying, what is this woman telling? Because how do you love yourself? Doesn't mean go home today, stand in front of the mirror and say, I love you. No, your parents will wonder, ಏನಾಯ್ತು ಏಜೆಗೆ ಹಾಕಿದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ಏನೋ ಆಯ್ತು ಈ ಮಕ್ಕಳಿಗೆ ಅಂತ. Nothing. Not that. Loving yourself is being nice to yourself and being nice to people around you. That's very important. Being nice to people around you. Being nice to yourself. And as I say, not harming yourself. Students, please, this is a humble request that I have. Don't go to harm yourself. Nothing is worth harming yourself because you are very, very unique. You are very precious. Not only to your parents, you are very precious to all of us. I'm sure some of you have your hobbies. You all collect stamps, you collect that, you collect songs, you collect something else, all that. How careful you are about those things. You keep it carefully, right? You don't allow that little brother of yours even to touch it. If it touches, gati aundu. But what are you doing to yourself? You are exposing yourself to harm by taking in chemicals, by destructing, harming yourself, banging your head, slitting yourself, by indulging in chemicals, by not doing well. I have a lot of my students who come to me, a lot of my children who come to me. One of the things that they say parents bring is, now yenadre helidre avun matte, the next thing is, I won't study, wait, I'll teach you. That is not a way of that you're going to harm your parents, you're harming yourself. ಮಾಡ್ತೇನೆ ನಾನು ಮಾಡ್ತೇನೆ ಎಂತ ಆಗ್ತದೆ ಎಂತ ಮಾಡ್ತೀಯ ನೀನು ತೋರಿಸು. Parents can't do anything, but you can, and that is something I'm going to deal with it next very quickly. Is connected to that. Once you know yourself, you can manage your emotions well. What are emotions? It is nothing but a mental state as a response. Pratikriye. Now ಏನು ಕಾಣ್ತೇವೆ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಪ್ರತಿಕ್ರಿಯೆ. Now I'm sure there is so many emotions that are going in your mind towards me, because now I am a stimuli here. I am standing in front of you. Some of you all might take in something that I'm saying. Some of you all say, ಯಾರಿಗೆ ಬೇಕಿತ್ತು ಈ ಏಜಿನವರಿಗೆ ಕೆಲಸ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಯಾರನ್ನು ಕರೆದು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಎಂತದ ಭಾಷಣ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, ಯಾರಿಗೆ. All these are emotions, and these emotions will be there. So understand what I'm trying to say is emotions are normal. I feel happy, I feel sad, I feel anxious, I get angry. But what is important is, how do I manage the emotions? I am not using the word, if all parents and children are able to understand, I am not using the word emotional control anta heli. You can't control your emotions, and do not control your emotions. I know sometimes as parents we make the mistake, control your anger. No, parents do not tell this. There is no controlling, because control ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗ್ತದೆ ಏನಾಗ್ತದೆ ಅಂತ. ಸುನಾಮಿ ಥರ ಬರ್ತದೆ ಅದು ಹೊರಗೆ. I don't want you all to control. I want you all to manage. I'm going to take the simple example of rain water. ಬರುವಾಗ ನಮ್ಮ ಕಾಂಪೌಂಡಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ನೀರಿದ್ರೆ ನಾವು ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತೇವೆ, we make pathway for the water to go. That is managing. Similarly, you have your emotions, make a pathway for it to go outside safely, without harming myself, without harming another person, which is very, very, very important. That is very important. Most of the time when I show my emotions, I either harm myself or I hurt somebody else. Especially I know parents are the brunt of that. But I'm not saying only you get angry, even we get angry as parents. So for parents also, I want you to understand, please manage your emotions. I know parenting today is not like how it was parenting yesterday. Again, I was speaking to ma'am there, because they're sitting there for some time. I said, I think when our parents told us something, they knew what they were saying. But today, when you all tell something, there is so much of fear. Because I have my parents coming to my clinic and saying, madam, ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡ್ತಾನೆ, ಆದರೆ ಅವನ ಹತ್ರ ಹೇಳಬೇಡಿ, ಮತ್ತೆ ಅವನು ಏನಾದರೆ ಮಾಡಿದರೆ. So they come to my clinic and they tell me ನಾನು ಹೇಗೆ ಅವನ ಹತ್ರ ಮಾತಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ. Most of the time I tell my parents, sorry sir, if you have trust in me that I'll handle your boy or girl properly, leave him here, otherwise take him and go. I am not going to say, I will do this or I know what I want to do, and I will do it in such a way that the child will be safe. But ನಮಗೆ ಆ ಹೆದರಿಕೆ ಇದೆ, because this is what we are reading in the paper, this is what we are seeing in the TV. And something happens, we sit there and say, ಏನಾಯ್ತು ಅವನಿಗೆ ಏನಾಯ್ತು, ಅಪ್ಪ ಅಮ್ಮ ಬೈದ್ರ ಏನ, ಟೀಚರ್ ಬೈದ್ರ ಏನ, all that thing goes, and that increases. So I am not asking you all to control your emotions. I am asking you all to manage your emotions, even parents. I know parenting is not easy now. I know there's a lot of stress. So many times you become so emotional that things come out of your mouth, or sometimes your hand also goes somewhere. But manage it. become aware of it. This is what is happening. And let me be able to communicate that with the child. So how do you manage emotions? One is, again, knowing your emotions. Know your emotions. Is it anger? Is it hurt? What is it? Again, going back to yesterday, being the Suicide Prevention Day, we come across a lot of students who have attempted self-harm. And many times they come, ma'am, I don't know, ma'am. I was so hurt. I was so sad. That is why I did it. Then I sit with them and start talking to them. I start opening up everything. What happened? This is what happened. Okay, they did like that. So what did you do? What did you feel? What was your thoughts? When I start doing step by step analysis, then they are able to point out to me saying that, "Yeah, ma'am, I don't think it's hurt, ma'am. I don't think it's sad, ma'am. But then, Prabhu, I think I was angry with myself. I was angry with somebody." So the moment you know what is your emotion, you are able to deal with it, which is the next thing. There's a lot of frustration. Like simple example, even now, sitting even after say 12:30 is a frustration. I know it. But understand how to meet this frustration. Lot of frustrations in your classes. See, I know with this new policy, education policy, there's a lot of things that are going to happen. It is not going to be, because many of you all PUC Tanaka, because this is what we parents do. 10th standard enta hedidare parents nimge. What have they told you when you were in the 10th? What was told to you? Yes? What was told to you? Study, right? And only 10th we are asking you to study. I've also done it as a parent. Okay? Only 10th study, no? ಆಮೇಲೆ ನಾನು ಹೇಳೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಸಾರಿ, PUC ಗೆ ಬಂದ ತಕ್ಷಣ PUC ಅದೊಂದು ಸರಿ ಮಾಡಾಯ್ತಾ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ 1-2 ವರ್ಷ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಕಲಿ ಆಯ್ತಾ, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಹೇಳೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಬಟ್ ಆಸ್ ಪೇರೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ನೀವು M.Tech ಮಾಡಿ ಆಗ ಸಹ ಕಲೀಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಹೇಳೋದು ಪೇರೆಂಟ್ಸೇ. ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ದ್ಯಾಟ್. ಸೊ ಯು ಆರ್ ನೌ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟಿಂಗ್, ಇನ್ನು ಮುಂದೆ ಪೇರೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಹೇಳೋದಿಲ್ಲ, ಅವ್ರು ಕೇಳೋದಿಲ್ಲ ನೀನು ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗ್ತಿ, ಮತ್ತೆ ಮೇ ಬಿ ಮನೆಗೆ ಬಂದಾಗ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಮೆಲ್ಲಗೆ ಫೋನ್ ತೆಗೆದು ಯಾರ್ದೆಲ್ಲ ಹೆಸರಿದೆ ಅಂತ ನೋಡೋದು ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು. ಪೇರೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಡೋಂಟ್ ಬಿಕಮ್ ಫ್ರಸ್ಟ್ರೇಟೆಡ್ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದ್ಯಾಟ್. And even if you are frustrated, know how to deal with that frustration. Talk to your parents, no? Who are they? Who are they? They are not somebody from another compound. They are your own parents. Go and tell them, think when I went to the toilet, you came and checked my WhatsApp alla. See, if you want to know about my WhatsApp, ask me, no? I'll show you. Talk like that. Don't come and bang the bathroom door and come outside and scream at them. This is how we do. I can see parents looking at the daughter and the son looking at the parents. This happens, I'm saying, because I hear it every day, and it happened in my house also, because I'm a human being also. I'm not an extraordinary mother. Please understand that. So, meeting frustration and moderate degree of tolerance, stress tolerance. Stress is everywhere. Everyone. You think your teachers don't have stress? Go back. Now when you think about your KG class, or when you have your sister's son or daughter who is in KG class, what do you do? What do you feel about them? Is it easy for them? Their schooling is easy, yes or no? Compared to you, yes or no? Yes. You feel yes, Allah? Yes? Yeah. ಎಂತ ಉಂಟದು ABCD ಬರೀಲಿಕ್ಕೆ? Let them come to that AJ Institute of Engineering. Come, know what subjects we have. Come, you'll know. But at that time, to make that A touch the top line and the bottom line was as difficult as your mathematics today. And more than you, your parents were going through a tension, because then if your A doesn't touch the top line and the bottom line, teacher used to call your mother and tell she's not doing well. So mother has anxiety. At every stage of your life, you have anxieties, you have stress. When you pass over that, you feel it is fine. So, you have to manage your stress in a moderate way, which is very, very important. I'm not going to this for time's sake. See, sometimes, why am I talking about emotion? Because emotions, feelings, bhavnegalu, there's a lot of negative impact. Lot of negative impact, especially when they are not very positive emotions. Anger, jealousy, sadness. It can have a lot of negative impact on us. So, what is very important is this negative emotions, know a way to deal with it, which is very important. Dealing effectively with the thoughts. What gives rise to emotion? If you understand this whole process, it will be very easy, students. You don't do anything just because you want to do. It is the thought that starts it. You feel something, you think something, you feel something, and then it leads to behavior. It's your thoughts. Why do exams? I have a lot of students, your engineering and your medical. Right now I'm seeing this medical student of mine. Just her sessionals are going on. And she came and told me, ma'am, I studied everything, ma'am. I went there, I went blank, I just fainted. Ma'am, you do something for me so I don't faint. I said, I can't do anything. Maybe you can go to your, medicine teacher. He might be able to do. I am not the person. But I know why you fainted. Fainting is an outcome. What happened? What was your thoughts? When you studied, what was your thought? Ma'am, anatomy, bad, ma'am. I thought anatomy cannot go inside at all. So I studied with that. And when I went to the exam, what was the thought? I'm sure it's going to be difficult. I'm sure I can't answer it. So when these thoughts are there, what is the feeling? It can't be happiness. It is anxiety. And when there is anxiety, what is our body reaction? We go back. We don't go forward. And one way of going backward is fainting. So you can't change the fainting. You have to change your thoughts. If you are aware of that, that will be the biggest thing that can be. So, what do you do to enhance your emotional wellness with regard to your emotion? Identify the emotions. Students, when any of your emotions are high, anger, sadness, sit quietly for 10 minutes. I always tell this in my clinical setup. I say use the traffic lights. Red, orange, green. When your emotions, strike the red color. And when there is red, you can't move. Sit down and think. Just think, what happened? What am I feeling? Don't act. And then, as you start thinking, you become more aware. When you become aware, strike the orange light and say, maybe, like my mother. I got angry with my mother. She said something. Simple example. Now, I go only on a Saturday, Sunday at home. And I was watching the mobile and my mother said, this is what you do. This is why in the first sessionals you didn't get good marks. I got angry with my mother. So now I will immediately say something to my mother. Instead of that, halt, put the red light on. Sit and think why she said it. What happened? Why could she have said? Yeah, maybe, she's anxious. She wants me to do well. So when you start doing that, your emotions start working. It comes down. And then put the orange light and say, maybe I can talk to my mother instead of going and shouting at her. How can I shout? How can I talk to her? Talk to her like a friend. You know something? I want to talk to you. I just came for 2 days, no? And in these 2 days also you want to shout at me, yeah? Ask her that. She will melt. Any mother will melt. Because that is the day she'll prepare chicken curry and veg pulao and all for you. Okay, she doesn't want to scold you. She'll melt. Then she'll tell why she was anxious, why she was panicked. And then there will be a dialogue. There won't be fight. Then you can start the green light, start talking to her. That is first identifying, expressing the feelings appropriately. Don't bottle it up. I'm not asking you all to bottle up. I'm asking you all to ventilate, but ventilate in a proper manner. Let it not come out like a dam. Let it come out like as water flows in the pipe, slowly. Then it will be the right manner. Recognize how these feelings affect you. What does it do to your body? That is exactly what I asked this girl. The medical student said, what happens? She says, my head becomes heavy. I feel my head is bursting. That is why you fainted. If you are able to recognize that, you can sit down and do some calming exercises. Do simple breathing exercises. That is going to help you. Take responsibility for your feelings, and this is for the parents also that I want to tell. Many a times we say, ಅವನು ಹಾಗೆ ಮಾಡಿದ ಆದ್ರಿಂದ ನಾನು ಹಾಗೆ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೇನೆ. ಮೇಡಮ್ ಅವನು ಹಾಗೆ ಮಾತಾಡಿದ ಮೇಡಮ್, ನನ್ನ ಕೈ ಹೋಯಿತು ಮೇಡಮ್. This is what sometimes my father means my students' fathers come. ಅದು ಕೈ ಹೋಯ್ತು ಮೇಡಮ್, ಐ ಡಿಂಟ್ ಇಂಟೆಂಡ್ ಹಿಟ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಇದು, ಅದು ಹೋಯ್ತು ಅಂತ. ನನ್ನ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಒಂದೇ ಪೇರೆಂಟ್ಸಿಗೆ, ಸರ್ ಅದು ಕೈ ನಿಂದ ಸರ್, ಹೌದಾ ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಹೌದಲ್ಲ. ನನ್ನ ಕೈ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ ಮೇಲೆ ನನಗೆ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಅದರ ಮೇಲೆ ಹತೋಟಿ ಇರಬೇಕಲ್ಲ ಸರ್. ಅದು ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಸಮಥಿಂಗ್ ದಟ್ ಆಲ್ ಆಫ್ ಅಸ್ ಡೂ. We tend to blame somebody else. So take responsibility for your own. If you are getting angry, say, yes, I have anger issues. I'm sure you have your counselors here. You have the counselors. I know that, and I'm sure they have a fantastic psychiatry department also. Okay? The top psychiatrists in Mangalore are with AJ. I know that. So take help. There's nothing to feel bad. You all might be surprised, ಅಯ್ಯೋ ಈ ಹೆಂಗಸಿಗೆ ಏನು ಶುರುವಾಗಿದೆ, ಸೈಕ್ಯಾಟ್ರಿ ಡಿಪಾರ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಹೋಗ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರಾ ಅಂತ. ಸೈಕ್ಯಾಟ್ರಿ ಡಿಪಾರ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ is not a terrible department. It is made up of people only. And psychiatry department is for anybody who needs guidance. It's not for people who are gone something wrong. That is something that you need to understand. So take responsibility. Don't blame others, because the moment you blame others, you don't correct yourself. Remember, you have control over your emotions and not your emotions controlling you. I give them a very simple example to you all of us, is when you're riding a horse cart, you have to have the reins of the horse. ಆ ಕುದುರೆಯ ಲಗಾಮು ನಮ್ಮ ಕೈಯಲ್ಲಿ ಇರಬೇಕು. ನಾವು ಕುದುರೆ ಆಗಿ ಭಾವನೆಗಳು ಲಗಾಮನ್ನು ಹಿಡ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ ಎಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗ್ತದೆ. This is what happens, suicide. This is what happens, fights. This is what happens, breaking things. ಸಿಟ್ಟು ಬಂತು, ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಟೈಮ್ ಐ ಹಿಯರ್ ವೆರಿ ಕಾಮನ್, ಸಿಟ್ಟು ಬಂತು ಯಾವುದ್ರ ಮೇಲೆ ತೆಗಿತೀರಾ ಸಿಟ್ಟನ್ನು? ಟಿ ವಿ ರಿಮೋಟ್ ಮೇಲೆ. ಟಿ ವಿ ರಿಮೋಟ್ ಫ್ಲೈಯಿಂಗ್ ಸಾಸರ್ ಥರ ಹಾರ್ತದೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕಡೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಸೊ ಡೋಂಟ್ ಲೆಟ್ಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಡೂ ದ್ಯಾಟ್. ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಸಿಟ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಟೇಕ್ ರೆಸ್ಪಾನ್ಸಿಬಿಲಿಟಿ. ನನಗೆ ಸಿಟ್ಟು ಬಂದದ್ದು, ಅದರಿಂದ ನಾನು ಅದನ್ನು ಸರಿ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. Don't say that ಆಯಿತು ಕೋಪ ಬಂತು ಮ್ಯಾಮ್. I have another thing. When I usually conduct these programs with students, we have a lot of activities. ಇವತ್ತು because it's a large crowd, ನಾನು activity ಮಾಡಿಲ್ಲ. So there's a lot of activity, and one of the activities, tell me about your anger issues. And I have lot of people saying, ma'am, I can't control anger, ma'am. ಅಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಬಂದು ಕೂತ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದು ಅದು ಇಲ್ಲ. It comes from within me. If anything comes from within me, I have a control over it. Nobody else has. So take responsibility for that. Don't act when you are emotional. ಹೈಲಿ ಭಾವನಾತ್ಮಕವಾಗಿ ಇರುವಾಗ ಯಾವ ಬಿಹೇವಿಯರನ್ನು ತೋರಿಸಬೇಡಿ. ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ಕೂತ್ಕೊಂಡು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಬ್ರೀದಿಂಗ್ ಮಾಡಿ, ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಧ್ಯಾನ ಮಾಡಿ, ಆಗ ಎಲ್ಲ ಸರಿ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಲಾಸ್ಟ್, ಶೇರ್ ಯುವರ್ ಇಮೋಷನ್ಸ್, ವಿಚ್ ಇಸ್ ವೆರಿ ವೆರಿ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್. ಡೋಂಟ್ ಕೀಪ್ ಯುವರ್ ಇಮೋಷನ್ಸ್ ಟು ಯುವರ್ ಸೆಲ್ಫ್. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಮೈ ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಸ್ಲೈಡ್ ಫಾರ್ ಯು. With a big thanks, I'm just going to highlight 5 points for you. This is for everybody. And the first point is especially for the parents. Stay healthy. Because I think as parents, we are only now thinking about our children. ಎಂತ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು, ಏನು ಕೊಡ್ಬೋದು. Start thinking about yourself also, which is very important. Only if you're healthy, you can make your child healthy. And students, stay healthy by using healthy behavior. Very, very important. Physical behavior, proper sleep, very important. ಮನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ 11 ಗಂಟೆ 12 ಗಂಟೆಗೆ ಅಮ್ಮ ಮೆಲ್ಲ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರಲ್ಲ ರೂಮಿನ ಒಳಗೆ ನೋಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಮೊಬೈಲ್ ಆನ್ ಉಂಟಾ ಅಂತ. ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಬೆಡ್ಶೀಟ್ನ ಒಳಗೆ ಕೆಲವು ಸಲ. ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಟೈಮ್ ವೆನ್ ದ ಮೊಬೈಲ್ ಕೇಮ್, ಐ ಹ್ಯಾಡ್ ಒನ್ ಫಾದರ್ ಹೂ ವಾಸ್ ಅ ವೆರಿ ಸಿಂಪಲ್ಟನ್ ಹೂ ಕೇಮ್, ಮೇಡಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬೆಡ್ಶೀಟ್ನ ಒಳಗಿಂದ ಲೈಟ್ ಬರ್ತದೆ, ಏನಾದರೂ ಭೂತದ ಉಪದ್ರ ಉಂಟಾ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿಕೊಂಡು. ಈಗ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತುಂಟು ಅದು ಬೇರೆನೇ ಒಂದು ಭೂತ, ಇಟ್ಸ್ ವರ್ಸ್ ದೆನ್ ಎನಿ ಭೂತ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ, ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ ಅ ಲಾಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ಸ್. ಸೊ stay healthy by taking good sleep. Minimum of 6 to 7 hours sleep is a must. Don't reduce it. Even not during your exams, it is even more worst. So start studying right at the beginning. 1, eat properly, not junk food. Eat proper food, what mummy cooks or what is there in the hostel. I know the hostel cook may not be as good as your mother, but make it sure when you go home you eat good food. Do proper exercise, which is also very important because most of the time you're sitting. So have some exercise. You don't have to go to the gym. Don't ask your warden permission saying, Ramila madam told us to go do exercise, so we have to go to the gym. No, you can just, if your room is in the first floor, walk 5 times up and down. That's enough. That's the exercise I'm looking for. Do some exercise, which is very, very important. Socially keep connectedness. I told you, give positives to your friends, give positive to your parents, give positive to your teachers, keep talking to them, which is very important. Okay. Positive thinking and visualization. Remove negative thinking. Remove that word I can't, students. I can't. Maybe for the students I'm going to give you a small thing. If it's today is your new room that you're going to get, first thing on the door, just mark a nice quote. I know I have a lot of potentials and I'm going to use it to the maximum. I don't know. It just came. Use any other quote. Use the quote, put it up. As soon as you get up, read the quote. It will change your mind. Very important, because that positive thinking, positive visualization. Like for example, today when I didn't know how you all are going to be, I visualized myself how I'm going to be here. And that's helping me to stand here. It's not because I'm a fantastic speaker, or it's not because I was born an orator. No. It's just because I also visualize a lot of positiveness, which is very, very important. Balance work and fun, students. Yes, you all are professionals. Balance it. Both is necessary. Very important. I'm telling you, I'm the last person to tell you, don't use social media, don't do this. No. But when you use, I want to say one thing here, students, when you use social media, I'm saying this because I'm getting so many cases. When you use social media, please understand one thing. Once you put up any information on the social media, it is no more yours. It becomes everyone's. Don't tell me that, ma'am, no, that person is not going to share it, ma'am. I only shared with him. I only shared with her. Nothing doing. It goes in the social media, it becomes everybody. Don't tell me I sent it and within 5 minutes I deleted. It cannot be deleted. This is a small thing I want to tell the students, because I'm getting so many cases of effects of social media. Be careful, sit down, think, what are you all sending? Should you send? Discuss with somebody and then send it. Express your feelings, don't bottle it up, share it. If you feel nobody can share it, write it down, tear it into pieces. And this is for parents also. For every one of us, please share your feelings, because the more now bottle ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಅದೊಂದು ಬಲೂನ್ ತರ ಅದು ಒಡೆದೋಗ್ತದೆ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಒಡೆಯೋದಿಲ್ಲ, ಆದರೆ ಅದು ದೈಹಿಕ ಕಾಯಿಲೆ ಅಥವಾ ಮಾನಸಿಕ ಕಾಯಿಲೆ ಮುಖಾಂತರ ಅದು ಹೊರ ಬರ್ತದೆ. So share it. And lastly, in case you need to take help, take help. Especially when it comes to ಹಲ್ಲು ನೋವಿದ್ರೆ ಓಡಿ ಹೋಗ್ತೇವೆ, ಯಾರು ಬೆಸ್ಟ್ ಡೆಂಟಿಸ್ಟ್ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ. ಕಾಲು ನೋವಿದ್ರೆ ಓಡಿ ಹೋಗ್ತೇವೆ, ಹೂ ಇಸ್ ದ ಗುಡ್ ಆರ್ಥೋಪೆಡಿಸ್ಟ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ. ಆದರೆ ಮನಸ್ಸಿನಲ್ಲಿದ್ದರೆ ನಾನು ಹೋಗಲ್ಲ, ಯಾಕಂದರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಅವ್ರು ಏನು ಯೋಚನೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ. ಫಾರ್ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಫಾರ್ ಪೇರೆಂಟ್ಸ್, ಮೈ ಸಿಂಪಲ್ ರಿಕ್ವೆಸ್ಟ್ ಈಸ್, it is not a weakness if you find out that you have a problem and take help. It is your strength. I know that I have, you think as a mental health professional now, I don't take help? I also take help. What's wrong? Who doesn't need guidance? You're just going for guidance. So if there is some problem in us, if there is something that is making me, have a barrier, go. Try sharing it with your teachers. If there it doesn't help, try sharing it with an external person. And fortunately in Mangalore we have a lot of mental health professionals whom I can confidently tell you that they will not, harm any of you. So take help, because understand one thing, that taking help is your strength. It is not a weakness. So please take help whenever you need it, because then right moment help is always necessary. With that, I just want to say a big thank you to all of you all. Thank you, Kishore sir, for this opportunity, and thank you to the parents and teachers. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Hello. Yes, if anyone have any questions, please raise so we can pass the mic on to you. Thank you, madam, for such an informative and valuable session on enhancing emotional wellness. I would maintain that thanks is the highest form of thought and that gratitude is happiness doubled by wonder. Thank you, madam, for being the speaker of the day and sharing your valuable thoughts and being with us today amidst your busy schedule. With this, may I call upon Dr. Kishore Shetty, first year coordinator, to give a memento as a token of gratitude for the guest speaker. Thank you, sir. Dear students, we understand that first day at a new place can be both thrilling and nerve-wracking. But worry not, you're not alone. We are here to support and guide you every step out of your way. And to our new students, let this be the beginning, be a transformative chapter in your lives. Take advantages of the resources, make lifelong friends, and don't forget to have fun along the way. Now get ready to dive into a world of knowledge, exploration, and endless opportunities. Once again, welcome to our academic family. Dear students, we can't wait to see the incredible impact you will make on our institution and the world. Let's begin this new chapter together. We kindly request you all to savor the delicious lunch arranged to you at canteen, first floor, and also instruction to the students who has joined to the hostel to report at Seminar Hall 1 at 2:30 p.m. post lunch for allocation of room. With this, I hereby sign off. Thank you to each and everyone for making this event a successful one. Have a good day ahead. Thank you. And also instruction to the students who has joined to the hostel.
Herewith we have certain important instructions regarding the induction program for the students. So first year induction program will commence on 13th Wednesday. So students need to report to the college sharp at 8:50 a.m. or before that. Okay. So and regarding the venue, so the students also offered for branch EC, Civil, Mechanical and ISC branch students need to assemble in the Seminar Hall 1, first floor. Okay, so Seminar Hall 1, EC branch, Civil, Mechanical and ISC. And Seminar Hall 3, CSC branch students and CSC AIML, Artificial Intelligence and Data Science